Thank you for joining us for the 21st Century Suffragettes cast. Please like, share, and subscribe.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Welcome to the 21st Century Suffragettes cast. We are not going back.
No, we are not. We are so not going back. Benny, you're muted. Benny, you're muted.
And we're off.
Off like a herd of turtles.
But hey, the turtle won though.
I know.
Can't get on the turtle.
Can't knock the turtles.
Yeah,
So we have a shit ton of stuff to get to. Again, as we were doing our show on Sunday, the Madison Square Garden Nazi rally was going on. And after the show, I was going through clips and I was like, holy shit, they are not holding back. It was all misogynistic, racist, as racist can be. Hitting every.
It's not like we don't know who they are.
Hitting every demographic. I did want to start with the video of. There's really no audio to it, but the video of the ballot box is on fire because this is how scared they are, you guys. Yeah. This is how scared they are of your vote.
Ain't that something?
This is how scared they are. They are terrified. They know they're gonna lose. Originally, this started with a Russian faked video, and now we've got Americans really doing it. So congratulations, you dumb fucks.
Follow that Russian lead, you pricks.
Yeah, there's really no audio. I want people to realize this is how scared they are. And by the way, now we have to put fire retardants in our fucking mailboxes and in our drop boxes.
You know what we need? We need an eye in the sky watching the box.
There's one there. Well,
then it should be really easy to figure out who it was.
Yeah. They just got to find him again. So I'm sure it's coming. The first guy, I heard there was another guy and he already got arrested. So I don't know if it's all connected or whatever, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Because this is absolutely a federal crime.
Big time federal crime. And I hope it's a charge per ballot.
Yeah.
The charge per ballot.
Yeah.
Fuck faces.
Yeah.
Did I say fuck face out loud?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you did, but that's okay. We here at the 21st Century Suffragettes encourage foul language.
Fuck facing.
We do not deter away from it.
Fuck your own face!
And we certainly don't apologize for it. So,
no.
Yeah, I found, where I'm looking for it. Here it is.
I had somebody come into one of my videos yesterday that I put on my community tab. Put all my political stuff on the community tab mostly. And they're like, I'm voting for Trump. And I usually just broom him, go ahead. But I gave him a mouthful and he didn't come back.
Good for you. So I found this list. It says for Andrew, the author of America Right, all right? He's pro-democracy or whatever. And so I found this list. And let me just ask you if you are on this list. Anybody in our audience, are you on this list, okay? Here is Trump and Vance have explicitly attacked Haitian Americans, Latino Americans, Mexican Americans, African Americans, Puerto Ricans, Asian, Indian, Muslim, Jewish, female Americans, LGBTQ Americans, Americans without children, Americans with disability, Native Americans, Catholic Americans, Venezuelan Americans, veteran Americans, Democratic Americans, Korean Americans, Japanese Americans, Chinese Americans, where's the rest of disabled, decent Americans, woke Americans, IC communities, celebrities, veterans, patriots, judges, media, FBI. I mean, just like the list goes on. It's so fucking long.
We're on the list.
Yeah, college educated Americans, elderly, young, urban, China. Yeah, I mean, Come on. If you are on this list in any way, shape, or form, I think that just covers
my whole family's on the list.
I know. I was even going to say, like, one thing on there was like medical, like science, you know, like for vaccines or anything medical, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, you know, RFK there is Johnny's buddy, and he wants to put him ahead of fucking the health department.
Yeah, he wants to put him in charge of food. Wait. I have
We're
that
all
code.
having whale sandwiches and dog carcass.
Yeah. Food, something else, and medicines.
Food and Drug Administration, isn't it?
Yeah, but he didn't say it that way. He doesn't even know what the Food and Drug Administration is.
No, of course not. But of course.
Candidate who's going to win.
So, yeah, we got these fools. We've got hundreds of ballots lost in the drop boxes, seen burning in blue states. In Vancouver, Washington, smoke was seen billowing out of the drop box. Of course, the locals there are saying, if you drop your ballot in one of these boxes, please contact your whatever elections offices. They'll get you a new one, and do it now. This is another reason why people need to vote early, because you have time to correct all the fuckery.
Yep.
So we also have Portland, Oregon, that was set on fire, and also in Arizona, and that was about 4 days ago. So the fuckery is really, they're starting to panic. I'm sorry.
They remind me of the little mouse that I caught in my room last night. Clementine bought me in another mouse. She's so kind. And she brings them in here to play with them, not to kill them, just to play. And I'm like, she needs to stop that. But that little mouse was scurrying around, and it reminded me of the Republican Party. It was so scared and so little and so, ooh, please don't hurt me. And I didn't. I scooped him up. As a matter of fact, I scooped him up in a toilet paper roll. I had him go in there, and I held him. Outside he went. Oh, poor little thing. Except I don't feel that way about maggots. They're not poor little things. They're at this point, they're more like mosquitoes, which are a nuisance.
Yeah. They are the ones who are poisoning the blood of America. They are the disease. They are the virus.
Yes.
They're the ones who have mental health fucking issues up the wazoo.
They're the ones suffering from Trump derangement syndrome.
No shit. Oh yeah, Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. We're not lunatics. So Tony and I watched the movie that the Midas Touch put out last night. What was it called again? Fight Like Hell. And it was all about J6 and some footage that I actually honestly did not see before. And so it was disturbing again to just sit through an hour and a half. And it was weird because it was not like a normal movie. The whole movie was them using their words. There was no narrator. There was no one explaining anything. But again, it was disturbing. And to go back to look at that again now, 4 years after the fact, and know that they're gearing up for something like that again. Now, I know that...
But last time Donald Trump was in the White House. This time he's not.
I know, but I don't think it's going to be...
Nobody's going to hold anybody back from doing anything that needs to be done.
Yeah. I'm just saying that I don't think it's going to be Jan 6 on the Capitol. I think it's going to be like this kind of fuckery, setting fucking shit on fire.
Yeah. They're going to have little clusterfucks, I think, all over. But we're watching. Let's see.
Yes, we are.
I think they're also planning on some with Mike Johnson, the little secret they have.
It's not a secret anymore.
Not a secret anymore.
Donnie's a big mouth.
Yeah, they're going to do some.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think I don't think they're capable of doing it because.
I'm kind of hoping.
Well, Congress is going to be in place there on the 3rd.
Well, that's what they're saying is that Mike Rowe Johnson could refuse to place the people who have been nominated on the 3rd, so it create the fuckery for the next fucking.
Yeah, he can't do that though. I listened to a couple of videos about it last night, and they think that they got a foot in the door there, but they really haven't, and that's the beauty of it. They're that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
With all the legal minds that they have, which are not very fucking good, as you can tell by Donnie's court cases, they're that fucking stupid. They believe that anything Donnie says they can make work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they don't realize that there's laws written already for this shit. And oh, by the way, the whole like mirage of getting to 270 literally is in the Constitution, in the 12th Amendment. It says you just need the majority. You don't need to get to 270. So all the little fuckery that they've already been putting us through for all this time, it's not even really written that way in the Constitution. Go ahead. I'd like to see you try. And guess what? Mark Elias, my fucking hero. He's
my hero too. I might be falling in love with him.
Yeah, he literally
he's so smart.
Yeah. On a daily, almost hourly basis, I'm seeing him tweet things out saying they lost again. They lost another case here and another case there.
That's so good.
I know.
Yeah,
it's so great.
He's got a badass team of legal heads.
Yeah. So that's
they move silently. You don't hear a fucking word, and the job gets done.
Right. So that's the good news, so far is like they're just not getting away with it. And as soon as Donald Trump said, I won the election, she didn't, blah, 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 everybody's going to be like, no, you didn't. In fact, the margins are getting wider. And yeah.
We won by we lost by a whisker.
A whisker, a kitty whisker.
A whisker.
A whisker. A whisker.
Oh my God. So
yes, you did, Donnie, and you're gonna lose this time, except extra bigly.
Oh yeah.
I think Mark sent Diana state by state breakdown of something into our direct message. It has to do with the state by state breakdown of what you do if your ballot is messed with or what the rules are. Let me see if I can find it. And
he's going to have to put that in the chat so Tony can grab it because I had no time this morning.
That's fine.
I had my mom's doctor's appointment this morning and you know what I mean? It was just a kind of a thing. So just have him post it in the chat and or somebody post it in the chat and we'll look at it.
Yes.
So I wanted to start going through this Madison Square thing because it was just goddamn awful. Here I have a video ready to go, and that is Ken Harbaugh. He is outside of Madison Square Garden, and this is before it started, and as people are in line, and then he was talking about the vibe and the atmosphere there, and I'll just let him say it in his words.
Another of my heroes.
In front of Madison Square Garden here in New York City, there's a massive crowd waiting to get in, and there's a real air of menace here. This is not a joyful crowd by and large. There was a huge sea of "Pardon Trump" signs that we saw earlier, and I think that's part of the message tonight. This is a hedge. This is not a campaign or a candidate that is confident about winning. This is a campaign and a candidate that is appealing to the most extreme elements of his base so that in the event of a loss, they can take their fight to the streets. This is a continuation of that appeal to the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. And there's no doubt that this venue was chosen for a reason. Do me a favor, Google Madison Square Garden 1939.
Yep. And by the way, did you know that Sunday was the anniversary of the shooting at that synagogue in Pennsylvania? So these guys do these things on dates for a reason, like October 7th and all this stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Going to do really well with.
So this next video is about their little secret. Fucking idiots. Think they're going to get away with this shit.
I wonder
again.
if Donnie ever found the president of Puerto Rico.
And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over.
What a fucking child. What a fucking child. We'll tell you about the secret when the race is over. Yeah.
When the race is over.
Yeah.
It's over, Donnie. It's fucking over.
Yeah, and Andrew here who posted this said, I think this was to Mike Johnson, and if so, it's a signal that Republicans will try to do anything that keeps me up at night. Yeah, screw around with the Electoral College so that the House itself votes on the president instead. Each state gets one vote, and then Trump wins with 26. Now, I think they already know that they're going to try that fuckery, and it's not going to work this time. And go ahead and try to throw in your fake electors. They'll all get arrested and indicted and prosecuted.
Which is kind of what I was thinking when we were talking earlier about the new Congress being seated. Well, the day after elections, none of those Congress people are candidates either. And there may be some I'm kind of hoping we have a little bit of a sweep, maybe right after the election.
Can you hear that box of handcuffs?
I'm thinking that box of handcuffs is rattling right outside of Congress. It's kind of like jingling, waiting for this opportunity. Like dueling banjos, deliverance. We need to deliver these people from Congress.
That's right.
It's over.
We need to abort them.
Yeah. With it.
We've already carried him to full term. Now we have to abort him.
Yeah, we've carried him to full term. They can exit stage whatever. Stage out.
Hi, Brian.
So here is here's the RFK thing. Trump on RFK Jr. I'm gonna let him go wild on health. I'm gonna let him go wild on food. I'm gonna let him go wild on medicine.
It'll be wild.
What are they gonna do? Put on bathing suits and dance in the middle of the freaking Congress? I mean, good grief. Congressman gone wild.
Put on bathing suits and dance in the middle of
I'm sorry, but this is I'm so absurd.
I always had this vision of my head of the inside of the White House being like Club 54.
Yeah, Studio 54 with the ball, the disco ball, the fucking God.
All the cocaine.
Yeah, the projection is just off the charts. You want to go ahead and play the RFK thing? Yeah, his words.
It's gonna be good.
I'm gonna let him go crazy. He's gonna be wild.
Oh, that's very good.
Shit.
Yeah.
Health and the environment than
Why is it so low?
And he's going to be absolutely, having him is such a great honor. I've been friends of his for a long time. And I'm going to let him go wild on health. I'm going to let him go wild on the food. I'm going to let him go wild on medicines. The only thing I don't think I'm going to let him even get near is the liquid gold that we have under our feet. I don't know, Elon, he might not like liquid gold. It's oil and gas, sometimes referred to as oil and gas. JD, I think we're going to have to keep him away from the oil and gas. What do you think, Howard? Yes?
Yeah, he's fucking nuts. You don't let RFK Jr. anywhere near anything. The guy's fucking nuts.
Especially dead things, because he likes to parade them around.
Yeah, he's like a roadshow freaking freak. Like it's a fetish. He's got a roadkill fetish or
Yeah,
something.
something.
Yeah, he
likes dead
he
things.
collects skeletons or especially skulls.
Ooh.
Okay, now
Oh.
this is very disturbing behavior. Right?
Well, happy 420. That's not disturbing.
It puts the lotion in its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Hose.
Yeah, he probably wears human skin suits too when nobody's
Rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
If you never saw Grey Gardens, then you don't know how the Kennedys treated the mentally ill in their family.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. What's the shit with the spanking and Tucker? Oh, Jesus.
Well, Tucker likes to spank or get spanked.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
covered
that
that
is.
last show, Wizzy. I think you weren't here.
I just with the spanking from last time, and now we're getting into the roadkill. I mean, where the hell are these people's brains? It's like,
what brain?
Yeah, it's like, wow, that's a stretch.
Well, there's a Tucker Carlson thing, Tony. The Tucker Carlson thing. He's literally trying to gaslight the shit out of everybody. Tucker is with this statement. Oh, yeah, he doesn't like, hate people. No, the motherfucker has got an enemies list. We all fucking know it. So don't lie to us, you fucking Russian asset piece of shit. Tucker Carlson, fuck you.
And there's not one moment I've ever been with him off camera where he's spending his time grousing about people he hates. Ever. He's talking about the people and the country he loves in his private time. Trust me. And people know in a country that has been taken over by a leadership class that actually despises them and their values and their history and their culture and their customs, really hates them to the point that it's trying to replace them. And there's not...
I don't know why it keeps stopping. Tony says that the video keeps stopping automatically, like he's not doing it. So
I have to say this. They have some fucking nerve making fun of Kamala's laugh, and they don't say anything about Tucker.
Tucker Carlson is the most sinister, fucked up laugh I've ever heard ever.
He's so creepy. He's like,
he sounds like a wicked old witch in the forest that eats the children, after he lured them into the gingerbread house.
Yeah.
Just remember that Jeff Bezos is like the nemesis for Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin hates Jeff Bezos. Keep that in mind as things play out in the international stage as well, because I think, I don't know, there's issues. Okay.
So, just so you know, Tucker said there's not one moment I've ever been with him off camera where he is spending his time grousing about people he hates. Ever. Trust me.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That is such a fucking lie. And Carlson then invokes the great replacement theory that has inspired numerous right-wing shooters. And also, Simon Rosenberg says, since the Prime Minister of Canada said that Tucker was paid by Russia under oath in a formal government hearing, Tucker's visibility with the Trump campaign has risen. They have embraced him, not shunned him away. Yeah, because we found out Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, said under oath that he knows that for a fact that Tucker Carlson is being paid by Russia.
Russia.
We should boycott Swanson Foods and any taint and testicle tanning equipment.
Yeah. I have never bought Swanson Foods. I don't fancy frozen dinners. I'll get a pot pie instead. You get more bang for your buck. At least they give you some bread.
So next we've got Trump saying for the past 9 years we've been fighting against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. Oh, a little projection, dude. Like, what? Look in the fucking mirror and look at who your fucking friends are. With Xi and Kim Jong-un and Putin and Orban and all your fucking Nazi friends.
Yeah, I think the reason he likes Xi I think the reason he likes Xi and Un is because there's only 2 letters in their names. He can spell them. Yeah.
That's probably a lot to do with it. Oh my God.
Yeah, here we go.
Get your husband off the couch. The football game doesn't mean a damn thing. You got to get out and vote. Get up, Harry. Come on, Harry. Get up, Harry. Let's go. You're going to vote for the president, Harry. We're going to save our country. For the past 9 years, we have been fighting against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. With your vote in this election, you can show them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. It belongs to you.
It belongs to you. You white people. It belongs to you.
Yeah.
No. No, it doesn't.
Hey, listen. If, Donnie had his way, every athlete on every team in every sport would all be white. It would be no
because
black
look what happened
players.
Look what happened at the Olympics in Berlin. I think it was the 1936 Olympics.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, forget it. Oh my God, don't let me forget his name. Owen. I forget it. Black runner.
Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens.
Ran, won. It's just.
And he was like,
Yep.
Yeah.
It might have been a different guy, but I don't know. We might get
It was. I think it was Jesse Owens. But I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look it up. Don't quote me, y'all. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I believe it was Jesse Owens.
Yeah, he won the. It was track. It was track
Yeah.
and field.
The fifth guy was a different guy. Okay, so where are we? Everybody's saying Jesse. Okay, so the corrupt forces on Earth. Then we literally have the comedian who's gonna sink the Trump campaign, and the Puerto Rico story is not going away, and there's millions of them all in our country, all over the place, all over,
and they're not happy.
Oh, they're so fucking pissed, and I don't blame them. He held what was it? I think he was here it is. Trump delayed $20 billion in aid to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria in 2017. $20 billion
without power for over a year. Because he held that money.
And
I have Jesse.
Go ahead, Wizzy.
Jesse, I just to real quick. I wanted to real quick clean that up here. 1936 Berlin Olympics, 1 gold medals in the long jump, 100, 200 meter dashes, and the 4 by 100 meter relay. That's the 1936 Berlin Olympics. A black man from the United States won these medals. It's that right there should have shut down any white supremacy. I don't know.
Well, I have to add that we weren't doing any better as far as that goes in the States here either.
No, we were not.
Time.
Yeah.
No.
During that time, yeah.
We can thank Darwin, by the way.
Well, that's why we want to become a better country. We have been striving for this forever. We want, I know it's not perfect. Democracy is never perfect, but we want to become better. Not these fucking Nazis, okay? They want white supremacy and a theocracy, and they want to control women and control everything about your fucking life, every aspect of your life. And they say, oh, we want to be small government. Bullshit. You're not.
When the government is in your vagina, it doesn't feel very small.
No, it doesn't feel small at all. So we've got this asshole saying there's a floating island of garbage. Should I send it to you yet? No. So, I love this, which came out right after the fact. You've got J-Lo, Bad Bunny, Ricky Martin, Mark Anthony, Louis Fonzi, I don't know who that is, Ariana Grande, anybody who is of Latino descent. And they have hundreds of millions of followers. And
Yeah,
they put out to their
400
hundreds
million between them or some shit.
hundreds of millions of followers between them, and they put out on all their social medias, please vote for Kamala because we don't want this fucking asshole. We don't want to go back to this asshole. So go ahead, play the fucking viral minute that's gonna take him down and his whole campaign.
It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And,
You gotta put the volume
you know,
on.
there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay.
Even
all
the
right.
audience didn't laugh at that
Okay.
shit.
We're getting there. No, it is absolutely.
We're
Getting there.
Yeah, I caught that too. Bigger.
Yeah, even the audience was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like that.
I've been
very
to
much.
Puerto Rico. I vacationed in Puerto Rico. It was beautiful. What's he talking about?
It's incremental. They're doing it drip at a time. If they can get you to accept this, then they'll get you to accept the next worst thing,
That's
and the
right.
next worst thing, and the next worst thing.
That's exactly right. That's how it happens. But we're aware of it, and that gives us a leg up. Now, what the heck is this woman's name? I met her through Rational Boomer, and she's brilliant. She started TikTok on Monday and had 100,000 followers by Friday or something.
Oh my god!
Just incredible. And she's just. I'll have to find her here and let y'all know who she is, but she's fucking brilliant and she's spot on and she's smart as a whoop.
I'm just reading.
She knows her shit.
I'm just reading the Chiron, and it says joint Trump Haley event is increasingly unlikely. Yeah, you think?
Yeah, think.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
We go. Some of you might know who she is already, and some of you may not. But get to know her because she's very, very smart and informed and educated and cuts right to the fucking point. She doesn't hem-haw or anything. She gets right to it and she lets you know what's going on. There we go.
Right.
There's the link.
Okay.
She is some sick bastard.
Okay.
Arlene Unfiltered. I like her name.
Arlene
That's my cousin's name.
Unfiltered. All right.
Arlene Unfiltered.
All right. So this is, I don't even know who this guy is, but violence and misogyny and racism are now the brand of the GOP. This is the hypothesis of Trump's fascistic use of rallies to radicalize followers so they will be ready to follow their leader and commit violence on his behalf. And that's from Ruth Ben-Ghiat when it comes to what this guy's about to say.
She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a bitch. The whole fucking party, a bunch of degenerates, lowlives, Jew haters, and lowlives. Every one of them. Every one of them.
Did you just say Jew haters?
Yes.
Will you play that again?
She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a bitch. The whole fucking party, a bunch of degenerates, lowlives, Jew haters, and lowlives. Every one of them. Every one of them.
Jew haters. No, you're at a Nazi rally, asshole. You're in a room full of fucking Jew haters. Fuck off.
Well, he was just itching to call her a bitch, wasn't he?
It's our
He just wants to call her a bitch.
And guess
is
what?
he wants.
Word on the street is that comedian, whatever his name is, Tony Hinchcliffe or whatever the fuck his name is.
Tony, your career is over, Hitchcliffe.
Yeah. That he wanted to call Harris a cunt during his speech, but the Trump campaign cut it out. But they approved everything else that was said that night.
Yep.
So
that's the only thing that they removed out of everything that was said that night. Everything was vetted before it was said on stage, and that was the only thing that they removed was the see you next Tuesday word.
Yep.
They're unfunny. They're unfunny. They're not freaking funny at all.
So here is Himmler himself, the new Himmler himself, saying America is for America only. Just like Adolf Hitler said Germany is for Germans and Germans only in 1934. So this is verbatim Hitler talk.
The cartels are gone. The criminal migrants are gone. The gangs are gone. America is for Americans and Americans only. One man. And that man, ladies and gentlemen, that man took a bullet for you. He took a bullet for democracy. And
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. In fact, every speaker that night mentioned his assassination attempts.
Okay. That is screwed. That's shitting on every veteran that's ever put their life on the line. And that's, I'm like lost. Somebody take over.
Did you get caught in a ball of yarn?
Oh, boy.
I do all the time. I'm sitting there. I'm like, give me your fucking yarn.
That is verbatim, word for word, what Hitler said. Go
what
ahead.
This guy needs to remember, and what we all need to remember, is we are the fucking invaders in this land, the white people. Okay? So if this cocksucker has a problem, we all need to go, including him. Give the land back to the indigenous people. How about that?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I know. They're absolutely disgusting. Stephen Miller's the worst.
And here's Kamala meeting with the nations of Indians and, shoring up the treaties and things that they have already in existence and making them better for the indigenous people. Yeah. She's had meetings with them.
President
Deborah Holland.
President Biden just apologized to the indigenous people for 100 years of fucking them over in treaties and stuff.
And Deborah Holland is our first Native American Secretary of the Interior. The same position that removed the natives to Oklahoma. The same office that removed natives from their home to the Oklahoma Territory. That's the Secretary of the Interior. Now that's run by a Native American woman. Power.
Yes.
Yeah, Captain Terp says some dipshit gave Trump his Purple Heart. I remember hearing about that, but I don't remember who did it. And
I saw it.
And he's like, I remember him saying, this is the easiest way to get a Purple Heart. Somebody just giving it to you. Instead of fucking going over there and fucking fighting and risking your life, you fucking draft dodging fucking coward.
I saw a clip of that this past couple days. And the fellow who gave him the Purple Heart was on the stage with him. And of course, Donnie Boy was, foaming at the mouth with all his visceral. And the guy who gave him the Purple Heart was like, started to get this look on his face, like of regret. Like, what did I do?
What did I do?
Yeah.
Motherfucker piece of shit.
Well, the thing about comedians is...
Thanks for your service, sir.
JFO says when a comedian lacks the ability to be funny, they say things at the expense of others. That's all right. That's all right-wing comedy. Thing about it is, there's a rule in comedy, and the rule is you punch up. You never punch down. You never punch down on people who are less fortunate, people who cannot control the circumstances in which they find themselves in. You punch up. You punch up to the fucking billionaires who are trying to take over our country, like Elon Musk, that fucking weirdo screaming. Like, it was very strange. And we'll get to it.
I'm just wondering, what's more powerful? What's more powerful? 10,000 or 5,000, let's just say 5,000. 5,000 poor, exhausted, heartbroken, probably families coming north for opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Elon Musk, which is more powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, really, are those 5,000 families? Let's just consider them families. So maybe it's 15,000. I don't care. Those even 15,000 people. Who's more powerful, Elon Musk or that 15,000 people?
Well,
it's clear the power is in these people. They aren't hurting anybody. These powerless people are not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
It's the bastards that are scapegoating them.
And yeah, absolutely saying they are doing this to you. No, the rich people are. Enough of the gaslighting. We're not falling for it anymore. If you've got two brain cells to rub together, you know that trickle down in economics never fucking worked. All right? We've seen that. And now it's made the rich richer and the poor poorer. And we've watched it happen. You can
our entire adult lives.
Our
entire adult lives.
You can look at graphs to see how it has not worked. So, them just pointing their finger, when they point the finger at somebody else, that means they got three fingers pointing back at themselves. So, yeah. Oh, this sick fuck. These sick fucks. You know, well, fuck. What am I doing wrong here? Okay.
It's going to take me a year to be able to stop clenching my jaw.
Me too.
Oh, I know.
Being local, I've noticed that too.
I'm pushing my two front teeth out. At night. I wake up in the morning and my teeth hurt because as I'm sleeping, my tongue is pushing my teeth forward. Yeah. It's making me crazy. Oh, so here this is a picture, Tony. There's no video. Here's a picture of two immigrants who violated our immigration laws.
Oh yeah, right?
There they are.
There they are. We found out that Elon Musk came over here on a visa where you're supposed to be a student, and he was never a student. So, yeah. Can we kick
she's on a genius visa, and we goddamn sure know she ain't no genius. She might be a genius at, slobbing the knob, but that doesn't make you smart. It just makes you a cocksucker.
She's a genius.
A whole speech. And as a friend, where's mine? You know what? I've got it. It's in the other room. We'll go get it.
Okay, go get it.
I will go get it. I will. We'll go get my bill.
So while she is trying to find that, I will set Tony up with this.
Lord help me.
And now they're over in there trying to infiltrate the Amish community.
Oh yeah, well we covered that last show.
Yeah, they have no plan. They're just running around like a bunch of fucking lunatics with the hair on fire.
Computer says no.
So
bad I'm not a computer.
So here is we've got Micro Johnson, who also spoke at the Nazi rally, and this little twerp.
You could say twerp. It's allowed on YouTube.
I mean, he is a twerp. There's no words for it. I can't with this fucking guy. What does he say? Oh, yeah, we revere the rule of law. Oh, really? You revere the rule of law and the other team doesn't? Oh my God. Kamala's a prosecutor and he's a 34 count felon. Tell me again how you revere the rule of law, you gaslighting little fucking midget.
Yeah, while you're in the background trying to
Micro
fucking break every law.
We revere the founding principles. We revere our Judeo-Christian. We revere the founding principles. We revere our Judeo-Christian foundations. We revere individual freedom and limited government and the rule of law and peace through strength and fiscal responsibility, free markets, human dignity, secure borders. But the other team doesn't anymore, my friends. This is not your father's Democratic Party. They are now full on to Marxism and socialism. They don't envision for us to save the founding principles and the greatest nation in the history of the world. Instead, what they envision for us is that we would be some sort of European-style Marxist borderless utopia.
Is it the whole thing, or did it stop on you again? Okay, so you guys, I don't know what's going on, but like literally when I'm playing it here on my screen, it does not stop. Tony plays it on his and it's stopping. Are we on the same?
How many things has Tony got going?
Are you on 5 eggs or what are you on? Oh, you're on 21st Century. And I'm on Diane. Okay. That's fucking weird.
Okay, it's so tiny it must have slipped through somewhere. I'll have to look for it. It's so tiny. I've been moving this whole time. So y'all. So.
He reveres his son's porn history.
Yeah, and made his daughter give one of those, what did he call it? What's it? It's like a ring that says you won't. It's like
a promise ring.
Chastity ring.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Chastity ring. Yeah.
I promise I won't love anybody but you, Daddy.
Daddy.
You fucking sick fucks.
I know.
So, okay, that's so weird. Here is
babies too. Just know that. There's no.
Husband off the couch, the football game.
Oh, that's from the Lincoln Project. This is a montage. Yeah, this is a montage of some of the things we've already heard, but some of the things we haven't.
And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
The fucking illegals, they get whatever they want.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
You see, I put my MAGA jacket to trigger Hillary Clinton.
She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a bitch.
She is the Antichrist. We need to slaughter this other people.
All right. Heck yeah. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
I love you, Donald. God bless America. And God bless the United States of America. Now go do it! USA! 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 USA!
Yeah. That was just a montage that Lincoln Project put together.
Adorable.
Slaughter the other.
Slaughter these people. Slaughter
the other.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Now he's othered everybody on your list that you opened the show with.
It actually said we need to slaughter these
everyone.
people.
So he wants
quote. I wrote it
everyone.
down. We need to slaughter these people. I don't know if somebody else said what you said, but
something of that sort.
Yeah.
Okay. We can play. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just all fucking disgusting is the problem. I've got Hulk Hogan. Don't play the audio, Tony. Just play the video. Trying to rip off his shirt. Are you getting up there, old man? You can't do that shit anymore?
There's only one time I've had that problem, and that's when a baby puked on me. Get the shirt off of me.
That's too hilarious.
Look at him.
I can't get it. I can't. They forgot to put the perforation in for him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so sad. Oh, so cringe.
Oh my god. Dolly called and she wants her boa back.
Yeah. She wants her boa back. Tony, scroll back up again to the Kamala headquarters where they did a montage of 4 of some of the fucking awful things that Donald Trump said. It's a window that with 4 videos in it. Okay. Yeah. So one video says, Once again, Americans who don't support him are the enemy within. He announced that Americans should get ready for him to bring back laws from the 1700s. He attacked journalists as enemies and fantasizes about decapitating a reporter, and denigrates America and attacked U.S. military leadership, calling them stupid. So roll the tape.
Amorphous group of people, but they're smart and they're vicious, and we have to defeat them. And when I say the enemy from within, the other side goes crazy, becomes a sound. Oh, how can he say? No, they've done very bad things to this country. They are indeed the enemy from within, but this is who we're fighting. I know many of them. It's just this
You just go to the next one. Go to the right. See the arrow there? Yeah, there you go.
The Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. That's how far back. That's when they had law and order. They had some tough ones. Think of it, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. You hear that, Mr. Speaker? Get ready. It's not easy when you have a majority of 3, but he's done a great job, and he's going to continue to do a great job, and we like him. He's a terrific person. I watched him just totally decapitate a fake reporter on NBC, Meet the Press, Meet the Fake Press.
Decapitate.
What he did to her was, I think that probably she'll never be the same. And that's what happened. 82 years.
He's a threat.
Other than I finished off ISIS, but that was already started. We had stupid generals like Milley and Mattis, weak, stupid people.
Every time I hear him, I just throw up in my mouth a little bit.
It was a call to arms. It was a call to violence.
Yep.
And he's calling for the assassination of multiple people.
Yep.
And it's important we vote. Because
I've done voted already. I got 205 other people to do the same. I'm fucking exhausted. Yeah. I have been out there working my ass off, getting people to get registered. You know, informing people don't really know what the fuck is going on. And, I'll continue that. Yeah, no, I'll continue that up until Election Day. I'm not going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, you think it's a hassle getting pulled over by the cops because maybe your tags are up or something like that. Maybe think about being shot by the cops because your tags are up.
Yeah.
Because that's and legally shot by the cops for not having your tags. Just that's really, I mean, they can do so many things. They'll be legally raped. You'll be legal. In fact, Hitler had a term for people who just wanted to die. They just said, screw. It's called voluntary euthanasia. Voluntary euthanasia. Wow. That one really grabbed me when I read it.
Yeah. It's sick. It's real sick. And
if Donnie doesn't sound exactly like that, then I'll eat my own fucking flip-flop.
So now we've got 2 clips from Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil, how did he become famous? Anybody remember?
He's a DEI hire.
He's absolutely a DEI hire.
And he's not a doctor. He hasn't recertified in years. So let's just call him Phil McCracken.
Yeah.
Tell you what the critics are going to say when they hear me talking about this. They're going to say, well, now, wait a minute. Come on. Isn't Trump a bully? And let me tell you why the answer to that question is no. Because to be a bully, there has to be an imbalance of power.
All right, stop it right there. Pause.
Stop right there.
Hold on, pause. Just pause. So, hold on. It's the wrong clip that I was looking for, but it's okay. So, Yeah, a balance of power. Donald Trump was the president of the United States. You're going to tell me the president of the United States doesn't have power? That's...
Seriously?
I literally, I mean, you've got to be fucking kidding me, Dr. Phil. Yeah, he's a bully. There's an imbalance of power when he shits on other people. Doesn't matter who they are. I read you a list of them earlier.
When he uses the military to stop a protest.
Yes. Just shoot him in the legs.
They were actually off-duty prison guards that went after the people where he was posing with the Bible.
Yeah.
They were actually
Yes,
prison
they
guards.
were. They were. Honestly, they were. They were federal. Yes. In fact, my other grandparents to my grandson, their dad is a retired federal prison retired federal prison guy and worker. And I have talked with him about that. Yes. It was a corrections officer. There we go. That's
All right, and here's the DEI clip.
Oh my God, Diane.
Notice how we're doing this faster, by the way, you guys?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Thank you.
working. It's kind of working.
By the way, we didn't choose the name for that by random. Merit Street Media. This country was built on hard work, added value, and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI. This country was built on hard work.
You're going to tell me Oprah Winfrey didn't work hard to get the TV show that she got to and then gave you a leg up, you cocksucking asshole?
Yep. And Dr. Oz, another non-doctor calling himself a doctor.
Yeah, so screw him and screw it, whatever the fuck. You are at a fucking Nazi rally, Dr. Phil. Maybe you should go to a fucking shrink.
That's what I was just going to say. I think Dr. Phil needs a therapy.
And he needs to back off the fucking Botox, man. He can't even close his eyes anymore.
So
they don't blink. They don't blink.
The next
he
video.
He puts silver dollars on him to sleep at night.
Yeah. The next video, it says, the sound of a drug-addled incel.
Call from Mark.
Hey, Mark P., hold on. We're going to play this clip.
Yes.
He looks like a trained monkey.
It was very strange. I didn't think there was music over that. Sorry. I'm trying not to get the ones with music. Oh, by the way. All right. Just very strange.
You going to jail, Elon?
I want the government to seize all his assets. Seize them all.
Everything.
He shouldn't be in the hands of one man anyway. What the fuck are you thinking, government?
He's got 40 years of lost wages for my generation.
That's and he's got it. Do you know he's got a child with one of his stepchildren?
What?
How creepy is that? Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's true.
Yeah, I don't want to. I can't. Wow.
I don't know if there's anything music on this next clip, Tony. Mark, go ahead. I'm sorry. I forgot you were there.
Okay. No worries. I was not able to hear that clip, that most recent one, but I want to comment on fucking Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And his comment about the imbalance of power. What's the ultimate imbalance of power when you have the fucking Supreme Court on your side?
Yep.
And half the Congress.
Yes.
Half the, yeah.
So, throw that bullshit in fucking Dr. Phil's face. But, yeah, that whole Nazi rally. That is what the October surprise some people were talking about.
Well, the October surprise is they shot themselves in their own dick.
Yes.
This is my dick. Watch me shoot it off all by myself. Boom.
It's comical to see Donald try and distance himself from that dickhead comic Hinchcliffe, whatever, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
They handpicked him exactly for what he was going to say. Who
Of
was
course.
it? Joe Brogan was tipping him, as well as some others.
Yeah.
We got to keep in mind too that they want to elect Vance. They're trying to install Vance. They're using Donald to do it, but they're trying to install Vance.
Yeah, because Vance could never win an election. He's so cringeworthy. There's no way if he ran for president he could win ever. His numbers are in a fucking shithole.
Fugelsang talked about that last week about there's some prearranged agreement between Vance and Trump where Vance will play that 25th Amendment card. Donald will he'll step aside, but
he won't step aside quietly. He'll be
pardoned though. Somehow they'll work out a pardon so he can go off and live his ugly life, whatever, and come out unscathed. I mean, that's one of those conspiracy
They wouldn't
theories,
have any problem just immediately putting Donnie into custody and putting JD in his seat. Immediately. It would happen immediately.
And what a scary prospect that is.
And Donnie would never be heard from again. They'd make up some story about how he tragically had, a mishap while entering the White House.
The Russian mob is one of the nastiest mobs on earth. They're pretty bad.
Hold on.
What?
I'm just saying, Tanya, who's in our chat, says Adam Mockler went on Newsmax 3 against 1 and he destroyed them. Anybody else see it?
I was watching that.
I want to adopt that kid.
Me too.
I missed it. I didn't see it. I'd love to see that.
Adam's a badass.
He really is good.
Well, Mark, thank you for calling in, brother.
Thank you, Mark.
Sure, I'm just arriving at the apartment. I'll be in the chat soon, and there's some new voting related links I will share. That'll be helpful.
Spike and I started that, Mark. So see you when you get in.
Okay, very good. All right.
Thanks.
Love you all.
Love you too.
Thanks, Leslie.
Okay, so the next thing is this is actually the whole disgusting Latino they come inside, which is the fucking disgusting. This is the whole joke. Yeah, but you didn't hear the whole joke. You just heard an excerpt of it. It's Shannon.
Oh my God, it's so disgusting.
Yeah. My grandmother, Donald's mother, was the youngest of 10. That's what Mary Trump said when it came to this clip.
Open arms, I mean like this. I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor.
So, and,
Can I explain something about demographics really quickly, Diane?
Well, before you go into that, I just want you to know that J.D. Vance is saying, we have to stop getting so offended at every little thing. Oh, really? You're going to talk about people like that and you expect them not to be offended? It's different when somebody's like...
It's not a little thing.
No.
It's not a little thing to refer to an entire race of people as...
Yeah, it's not like you're calling, women bad drivers, which is offensive in and of itself. But,
yes, it is.
Sexist.
Yeah, it's sexist. So, But you are literally like the entire fucking island, the entire of all Latinos. Latinos don't pull out. Are you you're sick? You're sadistic? You need fucking help, you assholes.
Now, do you recall them saying it's not your parents' Democratic Party? Gee, I wonder where they heard that one from. That's right. We're not our parents' Democratic Party because we're going to stand up and we're going to make noise and we're going to win. You see, we're not just going to roll over like Dems of the past have done.
Okay,
You're
demographics.
Right. It's not your parents' fucking Democratic Party.
First, second, third world countries. Third world countries are mostly agrarian. They have not industrialized. They are not modern economy places. That way, and their birth rate does not get counted until a child reaches about 5 years old, because if you live that long, you have to live to the age of 5 before you are counted as a part of their population. And that, with that in mind, they have lots of children.
Super
in an
Saint,
agrarian
thanks.
society.
Hold on. Let Elizabeth get through her point. Go ahead, Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
They have lots of children in order to, for one thing, the high death rate, and for another thing, they need to work on the industrial. I mean, in the farms. As they industrialize, they're going to have fewer people. One person can feed the whole family. And the children become more of a economic whole than an asset. So they have fewer children. That's why when you see your first generation immigrants sometimes coming from these third world countries might have lots of children, and that's, I think, is fabulous. But that said, the next generation will have about half that number, and the next generation will have half of that number, because it's called demographic transition. And it's just what happens when the economy changes. People have fewer children when they have a choice, by the way.
Yep.
Super Saint, go ahead.
Correct.
Oh, no problem. I just was calling because I'm late getting to the party here. But hello, all suffragettes and suffragettes. And I just wanted to let you know that I was what I was doing was I was talking to neighbors and letting them know about the Madison Square Garden Nazi rally, and letting them know about 1939 and the American-German Bund, and basically the whole Nazi rally and the link to the German playbook, and kind of informing them on the history and why this is such a necessary thing to know history, and about how Trump had mentioned, the secret with House Speaker Johnson, and the playbook of what's going to happen when Trump loses the election. But we can't be complacent. But what was tried in 2020, and what they're going to try to do with kicking it to the states again. And I was just informing them, and to talk about history and to let them know what happened in 2020 versus what we know from Mark Meadows spilling the beans and all the phones and the burner phones. But anyway, it takes a while to go through history and to revisit that. But I was basically given a history lesson, plus what the past is, plus what we know from the committee going through and having such information based on text messages and all that.
The Jan 6
But
committee,
there's a lot of uninformed people.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's almost willful. But you know what? What I hear from my friends, both sides do it. I'm so sick of the politics. They all do it. They all act like that. I'm so sick of it. I never know who's telling the truth and who's not. But you're also not listening. Mm-hmm. And you're not really paying attention, because if you were, you could fucking tell.
Right. Yes. And I always tell them when they say that, I don't do politics, I always tell them, well, politics is doing you, because politics, you may say you're not concerned about politics, but policy is going to do you. And this is a serious situation, because, when you ignore making your voice count, it's a very fragile thing. Mm-hmm. And it's very important to make your voice heard, because you can lose it in a heartbeat. And if you don't make your citizens' voice heard, then it's so fragile that it could be gone in an instant, because a demagogue can come about any moment.
Well, I think, Super Saint, I think that's exactly, you're right. The thing is that we've all gotten a little complacent because Reagan.
They've spent the last 40 years telling us that our vote doesn't matter.
That's
and
right.
having us repeat that.
Yep. And also, you got when Republicans get in there, they fucking trash everybody and trash everything and trash the economy. And then the Democrats have to come in and fucking clean it up. Now, we've watched that forever.
Over and over
and
over
and when
again.
policy's put in, it also takes a while before it is enacted and it makes an impact. And I also remind them that abortion and Roe had to do with the economics and people that needed reproductive health care to be able to get reproductive health care when you don't have any money. And that's why people were in the alleys taking care of situations that they couldn't afford to do. And that is what really Roe was about. And that when it came to Jerry Falwell and them making it a political thing so that they could actually get votes on it. And that's why it became a thing regarding religion. It had nothing to do with religion before then. It was manipulated to get the vote.
Well, I think it's bigger than that. I think it's bigger than that, Saint. I think it's they want to control women. And the reason why I think this... Hold on. The reason why I think this is because every other first world nation has health care for all. And we are the richest country on the fucking planet. And we don't have it for our citizens. And the reason why is because they've been trying to overturn Roe for 50 fucking years. And if they had given everybody health care, they would have had to strip it away from half the fucking population. And they couldn't have done it. Without universal health care, they could have never, ever, ever gone after Roe. It would never have worked.
Exactly.
It's social engineering, and they're hoping it's social engineering. It's class warfare.
Absolutely. And they have to have control of women because when it came to women getting the ability to work, because it became a necessity, because the families power. Needed to when women became in control of their own ability to earn a living and be able to get away from abusive husbands and that kind of thing, they gained too much power and they were not able to put their thumb over the woman anymore, and that they did not like. They did not like women having power and freedom over their own lives, and so they had to find a way to have control over them.
It's all about economics.
They won't pass the ERA.
Yep.
They won't pass the Equal Rights Amendment. They won't pass it.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is they don't want women to have power
at all.
They don't want to have control of their lives, period, because a man feels threatened. They're pussy-ass bitches.
If you take away the power of half the population, you've already taken all women right now are second-class citizens in the United States of America. Right now. Okay? So if you take away the power...
there are more women than men.
If you take away power of half the population, you just have to chip away at the rest. All the gay people and the brown people, and you know what I mean? So it's like real fucking easy. As soon as you start taking down women, you can start taking down everybody else.
If you're like us and want to be one of us, you can live.
There are more women than men in the United States, and that terrifies them.
Yeah, we know.
They've also made it to where you have to be rich enough to live. You have to be able to pay a good doctor to get good services. They want to keep it that way. They want to get profit from every bit of suffering that we endure that they create. Yeah. Because they can profit off of that too. See? It's a cynical way. It has bad ending.
Super Saint, thank you so much for calling in, honey.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Sorry to interrupt you, Super Saint. Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
There's so much. Love you guys. Much. Love you too, honey. There's so much that's really involved. You know what I mean? Yes. You can't just look at this thing and be like this and look at it the small way. No, look at the 30,000-foot view. That's why I keep coming back to the reason why we don't have health care. The reason why every American does not have universal health care is because they wanted to do this to women, and you cannot give us universal health care and take away Roe. You can't fucking do it. No fucking way you could do it.
That and Putin could have been given Trump's speech.
Call from
just think about that. If Putin had a chance to get up in front of the American extremists and give a speech, tell me that he wouldn't have chosen the exact words that Trump chose.
Well, it's like it's almost like Stephen Miller and Putin are collaborating on what to put in the fucking speech.
Well, Stephen Miller's got a background, I think. Well, okay, yeah, there's some things about him too that are very, he's wicked, nasty.
So,
Nuremberg.
Allie, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? I just wanted to say, just like I put in the chat, as I said, hopefully Trump loses and loses big. We have to reduce MAGA, because I couldn't believe what I was watching. Now, I understand that they think they're perfect, and I understand that they think they're right. But the issue is, even if there's 20,000 people in there or outside, we have a right to disagree with them. And there's more women than men, and just because they want to do social engineering or they want to go back to the 1840s or the 1700s or whatever, we have a right to say no, even if there wasn't a national election. So this whole thing is ridiculous. And then I was starting to laugh, right? I'm watching, I heard you guys, the watch a show on, what was it, Saturday or Sunday? And then less than 2 hours later, the Trump campaign apologizes for the Puerto Rican joke. I said, this wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that a lot of Puerto Ricans are very politically active, and you could lose 14 million votes now, would it?
Yeah.
that wouldn't have anything to do with it now, would it? And then you saw Hal's stream yesterday that all of a sudden Trump now pretends that he's a churchgoer. I said, the only church you go to is your own church in MAGA. You don't go to anybody else's church. I don't believe that for even 10 minutes. Give me a break.
So waiting for him to just satire burst into flames.
Yeah.
Satire.
I know. Yeah. So this is ridiculous, and we already have 48 million people voting. So hopefully that is for Harris and Walz. And sorry, MAGA, but it's too much. It's been too much of a shit show. Too many soap operas. Too many bad headlines. Too many bad comments. You don't deserve to win. You don't. I don't care if every millionaire or billionaire or crypto guy is with them. It's not fair to society.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And the majority of us don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us don't, people don't have the time to fucking fight this bullshit. When they're trying to raise their kids and work 2 jobs and put them at school and fucking pay the bills and fucking,
and they know that. They know that. That's why they hate democracy, because that's why they're trying to get people not to vote, because they know exactly that we want and they don't.
Republicans run on vote for me, and I'm going to tell you how fucked up the system is. Vote for me, and I'll show you how fucked up it is, because I'll keep putting my stick in the fucking wheel of progress and slow everything down.
Right, and then on top of that, Elon doesn't need to be helping Trump except for the legal cases that he's facing. Trump doesn't need to be running except for the legal cases he's facing.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil doesn't need to be helping Trump except for the fact that he's not a licensed doctor. Dr. Oz, who has a little bit more medical class.
Don't hear of Dr. Oz anymore.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. I haven't even heard a fucking word from that guy.
No, but I'm saying
got
at
lost
least
in
he has
Safeway.
more medical. Yeah, he has more medical experience and licenses than Dr. Phil, and even he lost.
Yeah.
So all this nonsense of him going, I'm a stable genius and I won, but I didn't, but I won. It's like no, dude. You're supposed, if you want to run the country, you got to deal in reality, not constantly warp it
like you were saying at the beginning,
Giuliani.
Sure. Yeah. We don't care what they want.
Right.
They're not going to get it.
No, but right. But what I'm saying is, he lost in 2020 and kind of admits it, which is stupid. He lost in 2022. All 9 people that he endorsed, including Dr. Oz and Herschel Walker, lost. And remember how Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham were trying to help the candidates, and they still lost. So all we have to do is vote them out in 2024, and hopefully, I could be very wrong though, hopefully the news media starts going, done. We're done with Trump. And if he tries to interview anybody else besides the right wing, tell him to his face, and then he'll do the same thing like he did on 60 Minutes. Oh, okay, we'll go now. Yeah, go away.
Yeah. Because he can't stand a hard question or be fact-checked.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What was that?
Exactly.
I just want to say I have a pet peeve. I go into a lot of comment sections, and I'll see people say, half of the country's voting for this fucker.
Nope.
No, it's not half the country, asshole. Check your figures. It's probably down to around maybe 22, 23% of the country.
I was thinking 27 at the max.
Yeah.
20,
I'm not even
20.
thinking that. Because if you think about it, like 150 million people vote. But we got 330 fucking million people in the fucking country. Okay? Right? So, half those people don't vote.
Well, no, because half those people are children or people who are not eligible for whatever reason. Yeah. So we got to consider that.
Sure. I know.
Okay.
I know. I didn't mean to say like, oh, fuck them. I'm just saying that.
So of eligible voters.
Yeah. Of eligible voters. Okay. So 150 million people vote. So all those people uneligible. Okay. I don't know what we don't know, right? They're children or whatever, as you said. So the people who are eligible. So now that's not 50% of our country. So now I would say it's like 5-10%, because the people who are eligible voters think like us, and they want democracy, and they believe that, Donald Trump's a charlatan. They just don't have the 24 hours to fuck a day to spend on this shit. And so you're looking at you have to think about it in bigger perspectives, right?
Yeah, and then you got to think about there were like 1.2 million people who were unalived by the C word.
There you go. But there's also
and how many of those were Republican voters? Probably most of them.
A majority.
Yeah. Well, that's by design. They created the economic conditions that were similar to Nazi Germany, where people were becoming economically stressed and strained. And of course, that was post World War I and much more severe. But same economic conditions, and they funnel all the power, which is in the wealth, into these oligarchs. Meanwhile, there's two people working and nobody watching who's ripping them off. They just got their TV set telling them that it's the dude coming across the border that's picking their pocket, when it's really the oligarch that owns the TV that's telling them that.
Yep.
Right.
So it's a big racket that's been going on for 40 damn years. We need to put a stop to it. November 5th.
That's a short right there. I'll tell you.
Shit.
Now, Alyosha, thank you for calling in, honey. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Like 8 of the 10 polls that are being used are owned by the right wing.
Oh yeah.
So those polls are all going to say it's close or he's ahead.
So I missed reporting this because I missed it. Our last show, the polls that have been that popped up in 2022, saying everything about the red wave are the same that are popping up now saying Trump is going to win. So it's exactly the same fucking polls, and they're all fake. And so Donald Trump can run on the thing. All the polls were saying. Yeah, but when all the polls are paid by you and Russian operatives, it didn't work like that, brah.
No pole dancing allowed.
Fucking A.
Unless you're wearing pasties in the G-string.
There you go.
So I want to finish up with the Nazi rally. This is what Rick what's his name? Rick Wilson from the Lincoln Project said on, I think it's MSNBC.
So I just want to say, if you see somebody saying that in the chat, please correct them.
Yeah.
Or in a comment section or wherever. Correct them.
76 days between the election this year and certification will be the most dangerous 76 days in American history. This is why I am working toward, and our organization is working toward, and I hope every other American is working toward, a devastating wipeout of Trump next week. Yep. I think if we have a wipeout, that's the only thing that's going to save us from the violence and the corruption and the insanity that Donald Trump will gladly put this country through. It doesn't matter how much he loses by, unless it's a real knockout, unless it's an Obama McCain or a Reagan Mondale knockout. He is going to claim he won this election. Yep. He's going to use every legal and illegal tactic he can. Yep. His people will deploy violence on his behalf around this country. We are going to have a very rough 76 days. I believe in my heart that the people on that stage tonight are like Tucker, who are making that case, and others as well, who are saying that the only way to win is if they cheat. The only way that we're behind in the polls is if they're all crooked and rigged. That is a message. They're co-conspirators with Donald Trump in this effort. They're going to try to do what they did unsuccessfully, praise God, in 2021. They're going to try to do it all over again. Donald Trump must be defeated soundly this next week. He must be crushed, because otherwise they're going to try this. Trump out there tonight referred at least 4 times, we're leading in all the swing states, we're leading in all the polls, we're ahead. He's saying this because his believers, his followers, need to have that message pre-wired into their brains. And my fear is that we have engaged in a lot of, the polls are so close, and they won't believe it.
Yep. That's what he did the last time, and it worked. Go ahead, Wiz.
Okay. This is an important thing I want everyone to understand. This is also sort of a gaslight. If, in fact, they do decide to contest this election or throw that, which we know they're likely to do, we ourselves cannot become violent. No violence allowed. The reason is because democracy is the alternative to political violence. That's why it was invented. It was invented for the purpose of peacefully adjusting the power structure. Okay, so A, number one, no violence. B, we outnumber them. If we gathered peacefully around every Secretary of State's office, peacefully, just in numbers, just numbers alone, with one little, dude out there holding a sign and 500 people, you know what I'm saying? It's not, and just remain absolutely nonviolent. There won't be anything they can do.
Yep. I think we should throw.
We will be able to protect our democracy.
I think parties and parades, and you block the roads, and so the maggots can't get in with their big trucks and their fucking Trump signs and all this bullshit. And I will say violence is okay if you're protecting yourself, but in any other circumstance, peacefully protest and stand there with your signs and say, yeah, we're all in. We're all in for democracy. We don't care about the color of her skin. She's absolutely fucking qualified. Are you kidding me? This guy who's got a number of failed businesses, like you could just name them all. There's hundreds.
Right.
And 6 bankruptcies and 34 felonies and 2 impeachments and Russia investigations and all the Egypt money and the Saudi Arabian $2 billion. You want to fucking
goes on and on and on.
All of it with a woman who's been a prosecutor, an attorney general, a senator of one of the richest states in our country, bigger economics than fucking Italy and shit like that. And then now she's VP, and everybody, we don't know what she's done. How come she didn't do any of these policies? Hey, fuckos, she's not the POTUS.
Crack a book.
She's the fucking VP.
She's not the Congress.
Yeah, she's been in every branch of our.
She's even more qualified
government
than fucking Hillary Clinton.
All 3 branches. She's worked in all 3 branches of our government.
Yep.
By the way, they were calling for harming Hillary Clinton almost explicitly at that rally.
Yeah.
They really did point, and I'm concerned. So, yeah.
Look, Hillary's got
and Hillary hasn't been in the scene for 8 years.
Same thing
she's laid low for the last 8 years.
I meant to point that out. I'm sorry.
No, Same thing with Michelle Obama. They keep threatening that Michelle's going to run. Michelle's going to run. Now you see why they don't want her to run.
Well, they were not even veiled threats now.
Phenomenal.
No.
Yes. Phenomenal.
And she even says, I don't like politics. I don't want to run at that speech. That 38-minute speech, which I really wanted to run on the show. Tony won't let me do it, the whole thing.
So the gaslight's going to be on. We have to guard against being gaslit. And we have to guard against being goaded into feeling robbed of our vote and doing the same stupid shit they did.
That's why I feel like
we don't want to do that, right?
Well, that's why I feel like it's important that everybody hear that whole entire speech.
Yes,
and if
that's
you're
right.
a fan of ours, then you should absolutely please Google it.
Yes.
Where are we now, Tony? Oh, yeah. I want to go to Kamala, her rebuttal, if you will, the Trump campaign versus the Harris campaign on Puerto Rico. Listen to her fucking plan on what she wants to do. And don't tell me, I don't want to hear another fucking word that we don't hear policy out of her. Ugh.
Seriously, I'm sick of that fucking line.
I want statehood for Puerto Rico.
Yes, we do too.
So do I.
And DC.
Yeah, DC as well.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is home to some of the most talented, innovative, and ambitious people in our nation. And Puerto Ricans deserve a president who sees and invests in that strength. I will never forget what Donald Trump did and what he did not do when Puerto Rico needed a caring and a competent leader. He abandoned the island, tried to block aid after back-to-back devastating hurricanes, and offered nothing more than paper towels and insults. And now Donald Trump promises to be even more extreme, talking about using the military against his political enemies and being a dictator on day one. Puerto Ricans deserve better. As president, I will always fight for you and your families, and together we can turn the page and chart a new and a joyful way forward.
You know,
I adore that young lady. She's younger than me. Sorry, you call it that.
We're contemporaries. Like she's a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
I just
She's
love
a
her.
couple years younger than me.
She's so
Look
brilliant.
at that motherfucker. Oh my God, I hate him so much.
Well, if you're going to draw a picture of Satan.
Yep, there he is.
I mean, it says right there, he's a man. In the Bible, it says he's a man. Well, there he is right there. You should put just Satan. He's not a lizard that comes from like a volcano or a freaking underworld. He's this son of a bitch right here. There's your anything but Christ person here.
Yep.
With Donald Trump.
Yeah, can they see that yet or no?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
The paper towel toss.
That turns my stomach.
Yeah, the
it
paper
really
towel
does.
thing really disgusts me.
And they were without power for a year because he was fucking with the funding.
And now their power grid shut down again just recently. I want to say it was like a week ago or a couple days ago. I forget. Oh, it was Cuba?
Ooh.
That was Cuba, not Puerto Rico? Holy shit. All right, so you played that. So did you play the Tim Walz thing? No. Okay.
No.
So here's Tim. Oh, God, I love him so much. He's so adorable.
He's adorable.
I know. Yeah, he says Donald has descended into madness.
Donald Trump has descended into madness over the last few weeks.
Yes.
And I think some of you don't miss on this. Go do your Google on this. Donald Trump's got this big rally going at Madison Square Garden. There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden. And don't think that he doesn't know for 1 second exactly what they're doing there.
Yep. Exactly. They know exactly. And go right to the picture, Tony, if you want to go right next to the picture. So this is kind of how you know that that comedian really, really wanted to say the C word. Here's America PAC. It's a picture. Oh, well, there's the garbage. Go ahead, go back to that. Okay. So, this is the garbage that MAGA left outside Madison Square Garden. And so they can trash it and then be like, oh my God, it was such a shithole. It was so dirty and there was garbage everywhere. Oh my God. And so, because of them, because you are filthy. Yeah. I've seen this over and over. So after a MAGA rally, the place is fucking trash. There's fucking garbage everywhere. It's like
they shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Oh my God.
They don't even know where to take a poop.
Wiping shit on the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, on our paintings.
Smearing their shit.
Aren't they just wonderful?
You know, when if you watch that Fight Like Hell fucking documentary, it all comes flooding back to you. Yes, this is what I wanted to show. This is from America PAC. This is Elon Musk's fucking America PAC. This is America really can't afford a C word in the White House right now. With a little
well,
emoji.
Dogs don't even shit their own bed, asshole.
Vote today, vote safe.org. Kamala Harris is the C word in red. Because, you know.
They have blood coming out of certain places.
You fucking sick sons of bitches. You really fucking ugh.
They put the C back in nunt.
Yes.
Yes. So we've got let's see what's coming up next here. Oh, okay. So we've got this guy. This guy, he's a Cuban-American, and he has a message for his fellow Gen Xers like us.
In 1959, my family fled Cuba because Fidel Castro came to power. The thinking was that a big white horse would come in and save the day, the United States, and Castro would be toppled. No big white horse ever came. Same story holds true for Venezuelans and Nicaraguans. They were always hoping that someone else would come and do the deed for them. No one's coming to save us, America. We have to save ourselves from Donald Trump. Donald Trump wants to be an autocratic leader in the mold of Fidel Castro, Maduro, and Daniel Ortega. He'd like to forever, ever hold power and for us never, ever to vote again. He has said so. He said, just come out and vote. You'll never have to do it again. He says he wants to use the U.S. military against his own citizens. Take Donald Trump at his own words. Tom Brokaw spoke about the greatest generation, the generation that saved America and saved the world from Nazi Germany. Well, Gen X, we may not be the greatest generation, but we're next in line. So let's step up and do what we need to do to leave our democracy for our kids and grandkids.
Amen.
We're trying to avoid that thing at the end so your ears don't blow out. And here's another one, Mark Anthony, the musician. I thought this was very poignant, and I just wanted to play because,
it makes me want to dance. Thinking of Mark Anthony.
And these people have millions of followers. It's
Yeah.
100%. Please speak up. We want you to.
This is Mark Anthony. Even though some have forgotten, I remember what it was like when Trump was president. I remember what he did and he said about Puerto Rico, about our people.
Puerto Rico.
I remember after Hurricane Maria devastated our island, Trump blocked billions in relief while thousands died. I remember when our families lacked clean water and electricity, Trump threw paper towels and called Puerto Rico dirty and poor. I was not surprised, because I also remember that he launched his campaign by calling Latinos criminals and rapists. He told us what he'll do. He'll separate children from their families and threaten to use the army to do it. This election goes way beyond political parties. Let's remember what the United States represents and stands for. United, regardless of where we're from. I am Mark Anthony and I remember. That's why I support Kamala Harris for president.
I'm Kamala Harris and I approve this message.
So, I'm hoping
we all remember. Remember.
The thing is, the Latino community, they normally are very Republican, because they're very pro-choice and they're very religious. And I don't hold any of this against them. What I'm saying is that they have been, voting for Republicans who are literally trying to fucking destroy them. And then, the thing that the Democrats really have not done is figured that out and put out ads in Spanish languages and to reach out to these people. Now, I've never seen a better campaign run ever in my entire life. Kamala Harris is hitting it on every note. Her campaign people are on fire, and I love them. And they're going to save democracy because of their fucking hard work. And there's sometimes I look at Kamala and I'm like, oh, girl, you need to take a fucking nap, girl. You look fucking tired. Don't wear yourself out before you get there,
Hey, you know what? She'll sleep when she's...
I know.
Just like the rest of us.
I know she's just pushing hard, and I appreciate it. But, I also kind of worry, I don't know how she does it because she's 2 years older than I am. And I'm like, fuck, just watching her go exhausts me. But I guess, if I had somebody taking care of my clothes and cooking my food and paying my bills and doing all these things for me, and I can delegate stuff to people, it makes a big difference. So all those little things are taken off your head, whereas it's like, I'm trying to run my household.
She knows how to delegate power, and she has lots of support from within, and she'll be fine. I'm not, but I get it. She's got to be mentally just fixated right now. I can't imagine the pressure she must feel and how she deals with it.
She's laser focused. She's laser focused right now. Don't kid yourself.
It's good.
So is. I love it.
I can see the intensity in her eyes.
I'm not denigrating her in any way. I think she's on fire. I think she's smart as a whip. Everybody's underestimating her. I know the feeling. I think maybe everybody here knows the feeling of being underestimated because you're a woman. And it's kind of another.
Well, I was outside with the chainsaw yesterday, hacking down oleander bushes.
That's
as a matter of fact, the wind blew and threw my skirt up into the blade of the chainsaw.
That's not good.
Vagina.
And then my neighbors who walked past and complimented on all of my Kamala gear out in the front yard. And I had to stand there behind the wall with the chainsaw in my hand and talk to them. I didn't want to tell them I got myself going the chainsaw. I was wearing a frock to fucking cut fucking oleanders. Next time, well, I did. I finished, but I had different clothes on. I had to take the chainsaw apart to get my dress out.
Oh, shit.
Who cuts down shit with a dress on?
That's what I was getting. My folks had an orchard, and we'd have to occasionally take out a tree or two. And I don't recall going out there in a skirt.
Quit breaking the law, you asshole!
I just
you're gonna chop your vagina off.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Vagina.
I can't imagine.
But I'm not infallible. I do stupid shit.
I'm so glad you're still with us.
Right there on top of the list.
You and your vagina and your legs are still with us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Your skirt, your dress, the frock might have to go in the trash, but at least you're still here.
Yes.
So,
oh my God. Yeah, not in the emergency room.
On that note, here's an excellent Don Winslow commercial. It's time for a woman. It's this one.
For more than 200 years, one thing has never changed. It's always been a man. Until now. It's time. Embrace hope. Kamala 2024. Don Winslow does not accept donations, but we would be.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for that beautiful commercial.
Oh, that gave me chills right there.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Oh,
it down to my toes.
Oh,
that's why I had to play it. You know me. I know what's going to affect everybody here. So I wanted to read this.
God.
This is Elon Musk's daughter in regards to the whatchamacallit, Madison Square Garden thing. Yeah, Elon's daughter is not mincing words, calling her dad a racist, bigoted motherfucker, and a treasonous Nazi. Okay, here we go. It's a little long, but so hang with me.
Sigh.
Yeah. Honestly, this isn't worthy of the elaborate takedowns I normally do. Fuck every single one of you motherfuckers who was at that Madison Square Garden rally. And fuck everyone who had anything to do with that racist, bigoted bullshit. This nonsense is honestly exhausting, and I refuse to be polite or demure about this. This isn't worthy of my respect. This isn't worthy of engagement. This is worthy of nothing but shame, humiliation, and contempt. The amount of sheer and blatant racism proudly on display was an absolute fucking disgrace. Yet it would be a lie to say it was surprising. You all understood exactly what was being said, and the historians will remember who cheered with disdain. One more thing. The Great Replacement theory is a Nazi conspiratorial bullshit, and anyone who says otherwise is more than likely on that same Nazi conspiratorial bullshit. The lot of you are absolutely fuckwits, and I hope you get exactly what you deserve. You want the world of which you speak? Go to Moscow. Some of you are already in their pocket. Back in the day, that was called treason. So here's a little applause.
Very eloquently said.
Yeah.
Well said.
And here's Alex Cole said Trump is not trying to win an election. He's trying to start a war to nullify the election results to avoid prison. 100%.
I like that. Very good. She deserves a round of applause.
Yep. And if this is how Elon Musk's children think about him, I hope that, the children of all these assholes like, I don't know, Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, you know what I mean? Like, they're all like, oh, yeah. Fucking you. Like RFK Jr.'s family. Who's the guy?
Paul Gosar.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
God knows they've broke up enough American families, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
They've
they
destroyed, disseminated millions of American families.
Oh, yeah.
You communist robots.
Paul Gosar's, what was it? His whole family came out, didn't they, Diane?
Yeah, they did a whole video on it. And it was ages ago, too, wasn't it? It was like...
Mm-hmm. They said, do not elect our brother. He is psycho. He has... diagnosed issues.
He's like,
do not elect him.
Yeah.
Like 2 elections in a row now.
They were saying that he's like on some kind of psychotropic drugs or something. I don't know.
Yes. Schizophrenia, I think, but nothing against people with schizophrenia. Nothing against people with mental illness.
No, but they shouldn't be in positions of power. They shouldn't be governing.
That's right.
Okay, so Tony and I were, just messing around, and we saw this. And we were both giggling, and it says, name one time the rapist was a racist.
I mean, I just find it funny how before he said he was a Republican, nobody said Donald Trump was racist. You can't point one example where Donald Trump was being racist. Matter of fact, I guarantee you we can't find one. Watch this. Name one time Donald Trump has been racist.
Name one time Trump was racist. Okay, I will. 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump visited. 1989, Trump took out a full-page ad arguing for the death penalty for a group of 5 black men that was Central Park 5, effectively putting a bounty on their heads and plaguing them with a lifetime of death threats. He was sued by the Justice Department for discrimination. 1991, black guys counting my money, I hate it. The only kinds of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think that the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is. 1992, Trump's casino was fined $200,000 for transferring black dealers off certain tables to appease racist patrons. 1993, Trump said Native American casinos shouldn't be allowed because they don't look like Indians to me. 2000, Trump ran a series of attack ads against Native American casinos alleging, with no proof, that they were guilty of crimes. 2004, Trump fired a black contestant from The Apprentice for being overeducated. 2010, Trump arguing in favor of segregating Muslims in Lower Manhattan. 2011, birtherism. Trump alleged that Obama was Kenyan based on nothing but skin color. He never apologized nor renounced the claim.
Well, she's still ain't telling me what she gonna do for me as a black man, so I ain't voting for her.
Oh my God. That's the level of ignorance we're dealing with here.
Before he was president.
Everything before.
I don't mean to laugh, but he's a fucking criminal and he's been a racist forever and everybody's known it. Go ahead, Wizzy.
I really want everyone to keep an eye out too. If you see, if you're out there, what I do, and I think Benny Loco does some of this. I'm probably sure you probably do too. Some of us do. Anyway, I get curious about how other, like their Arab channels, or if they're African American channels, if they're Asian channels, if they're Native American. Even I had the wonderful Navajo man I used to follow. I notice these Russian trolls are really concentrating on these groups.
Yes.
They sowed the hate they can amongst whites. Now they're sowing it, and they've been doing this since I was watching this for quite some years now. So if you are frequent any of these channels, or if you even find one that you see is being attacked, you can see these people are actually saying things against their own best interest.
Yeah.
Step in, do what you got to do. I mean, the worst that can happen is they'll block you.
That's right. Oh, well, it's not like I've never been blocked on YouTube in 17 fucking years.
There you go. I mean, I got blocked. I got shut down for like a couple minutes, but the host of the show was engaging directly with me, and he had, several hundred people in his chat. And we were going back and forth, and things may have changed for this person and his channel. I'm praying it did. I've got to go back and double check, but I've got other ones doing that now. I got to do some follow up myself. So, but anyway, just saying, that's kind of a good thing to do. Look out for our brothers and sisters of color who are being directly attacked. Also, our Gen Z are being attacked directly now because those are two huge voting blocks.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh shit.
So
I just got out of YouTube jail.
I know. And
I got reported by a troll.
Well, by the way, you remember that?
The truth.
You guys remember the ad about the girl dads?
Oh, that was beautiful.
The video from the Lincoln Project. We played it. We got dinged on YouTube for the music from that video. That's how far they are going to they're trying to censor and
spreading information.
Yeah. So just so you all know. So if we're all of a sudden we're not around anymore.
It's unfortunate because we're so conditioned to hear music when we're watching things that it doesn't matter what we're watching, scary, funny, whatever. They put music in everything. Everything has a musical score.
Well,
now, if you watch it without music, it's not as
dramatic,
ear-catching. Yeah.
You watch Trump without music or visuals, and you get a bunch of blah 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 blah.
When you listen to him without video, listening to him without video is actually way better because you're not concentrating on his ridiculous hair and his ridiculous fucking hands, and as soon as he goes like this, he's fucking lying, right? So, yep, there's his fucking handcuffs. So, yeah, I love this meme. Can everybody see it? It says, over the past 15 years, Trump has paid more for sex than he did in taxes. I couldn't resist the meme. I had to throw it up there.
There's his nuns. Ugh.
Sorry.
Nunt alert right there.
Neckgina.
There's a nunt alert. I forgot. Right there. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
he's
what
just-
a nasty motherfucker.
Oh, Satan. I'm telling you.
He's fucking disgusting. So,
That's Satan right there.
The next video is a good case against Dr. Phil, and oh boy, she lets it loose and on fire. Go ahead.
I love this kid.
No, the fuck he didn't. Not Dr. Phil.
By the way, we didn't choose the name for that by random. Merit Street Media. This country was built on hard work, added value, and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI. This country was built on hard work.
It appears that Mr. Phil forgot where the hell he came from. So let's put him back in his place. Dr. Phil knows damn well that if it wasn't for this black DEI woman, his ass wouldn't have a national platform. Trump damn sure wouldn't have gave a damn about his ass. And my damn people didn't choose to be enslaved. Hard damn work when this damn country was being built. After people who look like your ass, Dr. Phil, stole it from Native Americans, the hard damn work came from my people. For an example, in 1870, the labor force in America, the 50% of people who made up that labor force were women who look like the woman who made your ass famous. You see that old money who comes from people who look like you? Well, you got that shit because of my ancestors. And if we want to fast forward to this time now, again, your ass wouldn't be where you're at right now if it wasn't for a black woman, a DEI woman.
So,
God, she's beautiful.
I know. So sit down and shut the fuck up. You piece
Oh,
of
she's
shit.
gorgeous. I've been following her for about a
she's good.
year now. I can't remember her name because I follow
She's a
so many people.
non-doctor.
I'm sorry, sweetie. But I bumped the hell out of her algorithm.
So go ahead.
That's the key is bumping their algorithm. You leave a comment, you hit the thumbs up,
Yeah.
and
That's
their
what I
shit
do.
gets pushed up the ladder a little higher into the recommended.
And you guys
That's
gonna
how that
help
shit
us
works.
and do that for us. So please like, share, and subscribe to the 21st Century Suffragettes and boost us up in the algorithm. We're trying to just reach 600 subscribers.
Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you.
But yeah,
All
she's
right,
my
man.
girl. And she wears the cutest fucking clothes. I mean,
Oh,
she
look
wears
at how
the
pretty.
cutest clothes. She's
Aw.
got adorable earrings on. I'm like, I'm all over this young lady. She's dancing the
together
same
well.
dance I'm dancing.
Right.
Right. Well put together.
So
Yeah, she's lovely.
Bill Madden posts about this next video. For all who are worried about traitorous wimp Micro Johnson, will acquiesce to the demands of his Fuhrer and overthrow the American democracy. Here's a sober view from a woman who knows how government works. And here you go, honey. So try not to worry too much.
No, Mike Johnson will not be deciding the outcome of this election. But Trump alluding to that is pretty clear evidence that even he knows he's losing. 1, the vice president, not the speaker, presides over the counting of electoral votes, which I'm sure we know because we all remember Trump putting all that pressure on Pence in 2020. 2, Johnson will more than likely not be speaker by then, because the new Congress will be sworn in on January 3rd prior to the counting of electoral votes, and Democrats are expected to regain the majority in the House. 3, the Electoral Count Reform Act has tightened safeguards around this. Previously, only one member of the House and one member of the Senate were needed for an objection. But now, an objection needs 1/5 of the House and 1/5 of the Senate to sign on before it can even be heard. And even if that happened, they would need a majority in both chambers to sustain the objection, which Republicans will not have. And no, Mike Johnson cannot refuse to seat the new members of Congress on January 3rd. A member of the House can be expelled with a 2/3 majority vote once they're in seat, but there's no path for them to refuse to seat them. Also, this time, we don't have Pumpkin McGee in the White House to sit idly by if any of this happens. We have someone who would actually do something about it. Trump is just trying to rile up his base because he knows he's losing. So don't take any of this energy in as stress. Use it to go vote. No, Mike Johnson will
Thank you. Awesome.
See?
Perfect.
Well put.
I love all these beautiful young ladies stepping
they're
up.
so brilliant.
I really do.
They're all
fucking makes my
suffragettes.
heart flutter.
Oh, they're so beautiful. They're so wonderful. They're so fresh and bright and smart and just getting in there. I love it.
In tune.
So proud of them. Yes, I'm proud of our girls. I'm proud of our girls. My daughter's 35. She's one of them. She's like,
yes. I am trying to read some of
36.
your chats in between. You guys are so awesome. I love everybody that's in our chats. You guys are so awesome.
We love you guys.
Our chats.
Thank you for joining us for the 21st Century Suffragettes.
No matter where we all are,
Please
we love
like,
you guys.
share, and subscribe.
So this is from a lady named Alex Borstein, and she just won an Oscar, or she won an Oscar. I don't know if it just happened. But she said, quote, "My grandmother was in line to be shot into a pit. She said, 'What happens if I step out of line?' He said, I don't have the heart to shoot you, but somebody will. And she stepped out of line. For that, I am here and my children are here. So step out of line, ladies.
Yeah.
Step out of line." And so I don't want to hear that we can't do this, that we've never done this before, that this is unprecedented. No, it's not. Nope.
It's not unprecedented.
Nope. That's why we called ourselves the 21st Century Suffragettes, because this shit's already happened. We've already had to fucking fight. Shouldn't have to fight anymore, but here we are.
That's right.
Let's make it so we don't have to fight. Let's make it so we don't have to keep doing this over and over again.
That's right.
We've got plenty of challenges in our future. We don't need to add these arcane bullshit.
Yeah. And here you go. Want to talk about archaic fucking thought? Let's go to the nasty woman quote from Trump. She was in a threat. I would consider this a threat. You guys tell me.
With your support on November 5th, you know what's nasty to me? Michelle Obama. She was,
Call from Mom's Russo.
I always tried to be so nice and respectful. Oh, she opened up a little bit of a box. She opened up a little bit of something. She was nasty. Ooh. Shouldn't be that way. That was a big mistake that she made.
A big mistake, Moms. What do you think about that, Moms? Oh, Moms, why'd you hang up? I'm sorry. We were in the middle of a clip, so call back, honey. Yeah, if you call and we're in the middle of a clip, just hang on. We'll get to you. The next clip is him saying he's the opposite of a Nazi. At a Nazi rally.
At a Nazi rally.
Call from Mom's Russo.
Hi, Moms.
Sorry, I had no audio from the line, so I hung up. I called back.
No,
So,
I'm sorry, honey.
yeah.
It's just that, I don't think you can hear the clips. We answered.
Oh.
Yeah, you just can't hear the clips. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was listening while I'm driving home, and like you guys, I'm just loving hearing these women just fucking saying no more. No more. I've got a lot coming this week, and so I won't be as available as I want to be a week before this unbelievable election we've got going on. So everybody get your asses out there and vote if you haven't voted already. If you're even slightly confused about it, God, ask any one of us. We'll straighten you out. Other than that, I really don't have much to say today.
And happy belated birthday, my love. It was yesterday. Again,
Thank
happy
you.
birthday.
Yeah,
we
well.
love you.
And sadly,
Happy
we got met with
birthday
tragedy
to
today
you.
because that's my life. Diane, I don't know if you're aware, but unfortunately, my birthday present was the loss of one of my nieces today. And I'm just coming home from their house after they've removed her. So.
I'm so sorry,
But-
honey. Our
Right.
condolences, love.
Thank you, sweetheart. But I did want to check in with you guys and do thank you for all the birthday wishes, and everybody was so wonderful, and thank you so much.
All right. We love you, honey.
Love you too. Talk again soon.
Love you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Oh. So,
It's like a roller coaster.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely like a roller coaster. This is the...
It is a roller coaster.
This
Life is a
the-
roller coaster. I came to grips with that a long time ago. And so to make it a little spicier, I go on scary roller coasters to bring it all into perspective.
Yeah. So here is Trump saying that he's the opposite of Nazi at a Nazi rally.
From Kamala and her campaign is that everyone who isn't voting for her is a Nazi. We're Nazis. Years ago, my father, I had a great father, he's a tough guy. He used to always say, never use the word Nazi, never use that word. And he'd say, never use the word Hitler, don't use that word. It's like, I didn't even know why, don't use that word. And then I understood it. And yet they use that word freely, both words. They use it, he's Hitler. And then they say, he's a Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. I'm the opposite of a Nazi. I don't know.
What's that? Yes. On the side of that, you guys, you see that ad? It says Kids Guide, President Trump.
Ooh.
It's free. And what is this small language? I can't see it from here, Tony.
It's free with your donation of
Yeah, pay
$29.95.
shipping and handling. Get on the mic if you're going to say something, please. You. So anyway, here's this weirdo thing that he said about fucking MTG. And I just found it weird because he was like, she's going to travel in the car and it's going to be in like an electric vehicle and then it's just going to explode and you'll just find pieces of her. And then you find out she's in the fucking audience. I'm sorry, this is so fucking weird and MTG should be fucking pissed.
It's a threat.
It is.
You're not recognizable if something goes wrong. If something goes wrong and Marjorie Taylor Greene with that beautiful blonde hair is driving down the highway in a hydrogen car, and the problem with a hydrogen car, if something goes wrong, it's like the atom bomb went off. You're not recognizable. But they say, we think we have it under control. That's not good enough. They'll say, we thought it was Marjorie Taylor Greene riding down the middle of the turnpike, but she's no longer recognizable. We found some of her. I won't say. We love her. Stand up. Marjorie, stand up.
Here's just like this is just like a montage of him being disgusting towards women. So
No, that was a straight up mob threat.
That was
Be ashamed if something happened to you in that hard hydrogen. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. MTG drives around in almost $100,000 pickup truck that her taxpayers paid for.
Yeah.
So she's not driving no fucking hybrid car. She's not driving no fucking battery electric car. She's driving a gas guzzling pickup truck.
Benny, it's a threat. It's not about the hydrogen car. I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. But he put her in the wrong
cars.
place.
Are there
What if your
hydrogen
giant
cars,
gas
Tony?
guzzling truck should have an issue?
I don't even.
Why's he got to put her in an electric car?
Hold on. I don't
Well,
even,
yeah. Why did he put her in the electric car?
Yeah.
He did. It wasn't an electric car. He said hydrogen.
Why did he do that?
Yeah.
It was fucking
There's
weird.
a method to his madness, because that's not what she fucking drives.
There you go.
Kathy Zinn, thank you for calling in. How you doing, honey?
I am doing great. Thank you, ladies. Great show today. I just wanted to mention something really quickly that I heard Brian Karam say on Mary Trump's show today. that he was at a diversity summit or something like that, and he had no idea, and this was in New York, and he had no idea that the hotel that they had the event at was the same hotel Trump was staying at. And he accidentally ran into Trump, and so he stuck a mic in his face, and he said, "Are you willing to admit you lose the election if you indeed lose the election?" And Trump was like, and just walked off. But then he ran into, what's his name, Jason Miller?
Miller.
I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's Jason Miller. And he says to Jason, he said, "So, am I like first on the list to get arrested if you guys get in office?" Or something like that. And Jason says, "Oh, come on, Brian. You're way down the list. You're not the first one he's going for." And Brian said, "What disturbs me about this statement has nothing to do with me. They just confirmed there is a list.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a list of media that they have." And he said, "I take no comfort, first of all, being on the list at all, and then to be told, well, you know, you're further down the list. He's got other people who want."
Don't worry, you're number 200. We'll get to you.
You're
eventually.
small fry.
Yeah. Right.
For fuck's sake.
You know, but he took it as confirmation as, yes, there is a media hit list. Do not, you know, anybody that tries to see, because I run into this with the Trumpers in my life, that when you try to bring up things that Trump says, they're like, "Oh, come on, he didn't mean it," you know, and they just blow
it was a
off.
joke. It was a joke.
Yeah. He's not joking.
No.
You know, and it just drives me nuts. It's like, this man is all about revenge. He's all about getting back at the people that don't like him, speak out against him. You know, and it goes back. There was an interview, I think Richard Branson did this interview, I think when Trump was running the first time, like back in 2015, 2016. We played it on our show, Kath.
Yeah.
We played it on our show where he said all he wanted to do, he said he was going to do everything in his fucking power for the rest of his life to destroy those 5 people who said bad things about him.
Yes. And he's like, you know, he's like, all he did through the whole thing is, I got to get this person, I got to get that person. He's like, I don't have the time.
Vengeance, vindictive, sadistic.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
But they're so small-minded and so nihilistic. They you know how they want to. If they can't have it, nobody will.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no end game. There's no end game that involves anybody but them.
Yeah. And now, you know, it's not just Trump, but Putin's probably going to do the same thing. He'll burn the whole thing. If he's going down, then all of Russia's going down with him. You
Listen,
know, it's
he's been
sick
attacking
way they
the
have
press
us thinking
like
about
forever attacking the press to where, you know, they've turned into exactly what he's been calling them, which is fake news.
Yep.
All the major media companies have sold out, or haven't they? Celery.
Close to it.
Haven't they sold out to, like they've been bought up recently in the past 10, 15, 20 years? They've been like changed hands into these. Yeah.
And I mean, they were saying that Brian was making the point on Mary's show today that his fear is, he said, the thing is, if Bezos starts losing too much money on the Washington Post, he said, up to this point, he has been hands off on the editorial content. He has had no pressure because he has lots of friends that work there, and Jeff Bezos doesn't walk into the newsroom and say, well, today you're going to do a story about this. He does not operate that way. He lets the paper operate itself. But he said what he's afraid of is that with this boycott, that if he loses too much money on the paper, now he's going to sell it to like a hedge fund manager, and who knows what happens to it after that. So it's just, they were talking about how it's just really, when it's very complicated because on the one hand, it's like, yeah, because they said canceling your subscription, you're not hurting Bezos. You're just hurting the reporters that work there and get paid.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, Celery.
Yeah.
It's because we're paying them anyway every
It's
time
Kathy,
you
it's
pay your
not
cable
salary,
bill.
but go ahead.
I mean, sorry, but that. Sorry, who was that?
Kathy.
Kathy, that's Kathy. I'm sorry, Kathy's in.
That's okay.
I love you.
I
You
like
and Celery
Celery.
remind me of each other. You
She's
guys are both
great.
so brilliant.
Go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
No. I wanted our
No, go ahead,
caller to
Elizabeth.
finish. I interrupted. I don't know what I was saying, but I just love what you're saying.
In line with what you guys are talking about right now, Ellie Wessel, he's a Holocaust survivor.
Yes. Elie Wiesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said his name wrong.
No.
The quote is, always take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victims.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Elie
Silence.
Wiesel. Yeah.
Yeah. Silence encourages.
Yeah.
Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormentor.
That's right. That's why I'm not quiet. That's why I'm not quiet. That's
A
why I'm not
Holocaust
quiet.
survivor
I can't
says
be
that.
quiet. Mm-mm.
To your point, Kath.
Right.
He wrote
Exactly.
tonight.
And what Hal said the other day, he's been thinking about the line from that Rush song where it says, if you have not decided, you still have made a choice.
Yeah.
It's something like that. And I have been thinking, and it's so funny he brought that up because I've been thinking about that line. That, well, I'm not going to make a choice. Well, that means you have made a choice, whether you want to.
That means
admit to it or
somebody's
not.
made it for you. They've convinced you your vote doesn't count if you choose not to vote or not. They've convinced you of that. They've taken your vote away already. In my mind, Kathy.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
All right, Kathy,
Agreed,
thank you so
but-
much for calling in, honey.
Oh, you're welcome. You guys have a great afternoon. We'll talk to you soon.
so good to
Love
hear you.
y'all.
Sorry
Bye.
for
little-
the mix-up.
A little bit along
Sorry for
those
the
lines,
mix-up.
but along those lines a little bit is this quote. Dana Goldberg tweeted, I don't know who said this first, but thank you. And it's a quote. It says, unfriendly reminder. If you only support abortion in incidents of rape and incest, you are reinforcing the idea that in order for a woman to have a right to her body, someone else has to violate it first.
Yes.
So it kind of goes along with the violation comes first before you can.
They still get to violate
You're
you.
gonna put people in concentration camps before they realize they're.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's the same. I don't know. It's the same playbook. I just see. I look at the 30,000 foot view all the time and keep pulling back to look at the bigger view. And yes, okay. I wanted to ask you guys this. Maybe everybody in our chat might know this. There was like a documentary, and I want to call it was called The Family. And it was all about like patriarchy and how they were doing that. And it was like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, before Trump. And how they're like these men are running their households like Nazi Germany, and the women have to take care of the kids, and they don't get to pay the bills. They don't get any money. They don't, you know what I mean? Like they don't vote. We heard about this 81-year-old woman who, because her husband died, she had the first time to vote ever in her whole life. 81. And she's voting for a woman. I mean, we see that this has been, take the fucking boots off our necks, you fucks. Gotta get so fucking mad. And then you've got motherfuckers like Donald Trump saying this fucking shit. That, I'm gonna protect women from migrants coming to our country, and they're gonna kill 7 people, and I'm gonna protect. You are a fucking predator. You're not gonna protect women.
He's the threat.
He is the threat. He's the predator.
He's trying to scapegoat everyone.
Form of punishment for the women.
He's trying to scapegoat. everything. Yes, he's trying to scapegoat everyone. He knows he's going down.
Horrible. What was it? I said, I'm going to protect the women in this country. They said, oh, please, sir, don't say that. Don't say that.
This is gross.
I said, why? It's true. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming into our country that killed 7 people. You have them coming in. One supposedly killed 11 people. I'm going to protect them from having people come into our country and do damage to a woman or the family of a woman or anybody. And I think it's fine to say, I will protect the women of this country and the men of this country, and I'm going to protect everyone.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah, that excludes anyone who he considers to be not a man or a woman.
You're absolutely disgusting. And here he is. He can't say the word fucking sex trafficking. He has to stop himself like he normally does because he can't fucking read because he's a fucking imbecile and you're going to fucking vote for this rapist piece of shit?
Sex child.
Fuck me. I'm so fucking mad. Like, I can't even take it.
Yeah.
As California Attorney General, she redefined think of this, sex child trafficking, assault with a deadly weapon, and as California Attorney General, she redefined think of this.
She redefined
sex child trafficking.
She redefined it. Did she redefine it to include assholes like you? And assholes like Epstein and Elon and Prince Andrew and all the motherfuckers that were ever on Lolita Express or on that fucking piece of shit island where you rape little girls. Fuck you.
Weinstein.
Now I'm getting mad.
I really am too.
Off comes the jacket.
Fuck.
You fucked up now, Donnie. Diane took her jacket off. You're in a heap of shit.
You know what I really admire is what's the guy who's running against Ted Cruz? Colin, football player.
Allred.
Football player. Colin Allred.
Allred.
In his debate against Ted Cruz, it kind of sticks with me a little bit. He's like, I took off my jacket. I was ready to fucking physically fight these Jan
Throw
Sixers.
down.
I was ready to throw down with them. And everybody's looking to him because he's a fucking NFL player. And you've got women in there who are like, $110. You got Pelosi's, fragile old lady. You know what I mean? Crouching on the fucking floor, hiding in a goddamn closet.
Yep.
Fuck you people. And it's so funny. They want to bury the memory of January 6th. And then we watched that documentary last night, Fight Like Hell. And Donald Trump was tweeting, never forget this day. Never forget this day. Now they want to shove the shit back in the horse, as fucking Texas Paul would say. And you can't do that.
No. Like the toothpaste back in the tube. I just had a vision of the Thelma and Louise, but Putin and Trump.
Yeah.
What? I just,
I love it.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
The wigs and all, though. I mean, I want to see him with the wigs.
Yeah.
But the horn-rimmed glasses, maybe some horn-rimmed glasses. As they...
Oh, my God.
Those visuals are...
I don't care. We're going long because we got too much shit to cover. And
There's so much shit to cover in such a short time to cover it in.
Square Garden yesterday.
We can't cover all this fuckery in fucking 2 hours. It's too much. And okay, so I just put 2 more things, and then I also have this clip that I'd like to play. I don't know. We might get it's news. If it's news, I can play it. Yes. So, Tony, just give it a minute because I want to talk about this. Tizzy Entertainment, Tizzy ENT. He's got a massive following on TikTok, and he's the one who's calling out, all these assholes. But he said it would be a real shame if those responsible for destroying ballots turned out to be following this account. And this account tweets, it says Wall Street Silver. And it said it would be terrible if people were to dump massive amounts of water inside of ballot drop boxes in Democrat counties this election. What other substances should we avoid putting into ballot drop boxes in Democrat counties this election season? They are going to fucking, you can just pour gasoline in there and set a fucking match in there and you fucking, everything goes on fire and blow up in their face, by the way, and probably kill them, but, satire.
Don't play with me.
We should have
with fire.
We should have one of those little police dogs that they have. Those little ones they have, like the ones they're using in Ukraine are badass. They're like a dog with no head. Actually, they're kind of creepy looking. The new patrol dogs they have that are AI, whatever.
They're robots.
No head.
You have one of those sitting next to the drop box going.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I love that. And then let's see, where are we?
I can see it with the fire extinguisher shooting out of its mouth.
Yeah, I don't know why I did it twice, I guess. All right, so I love this takedown from Maddo, but let's play this one. It's only 22 seconds long. And here's the Maria Salazar claims more than 50,000 people were at the Trump Madison Square Garden rally, but Madison Square Garden capacity is under 20,000. This is their fucking gaslighting and their horse shit. We're so sick of... Quit lying on easily checked facts. You make yourself look like... You discredit yourself every lie that comes out of your mouth. Go ahead.
Only Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson, people of that stature, have been able to fill that stadium to the brim like President Trump. A president, a politician, Republican in the heart of New York City. You don't see that very often.
Right,
and
exactly.
Look, more than 50,000 people, and those who are waiting outside.
Right.
Impeccable. Unprecedented.
You mean all
19,400, I think, is the capacity.
Well,
19,000.
All the people who are waiting outside. You mean the capacity?
So there were 20,000.
The population of New York City are all waiting outside. You fucking
right.
asshole. Hal says this now during his show. He's like, "You're watching the greatest YouTube show ever," or whatever. And then he's like, "And there's people lined up around the corner outside, and everybody's outside." Yes.
Well, that's his entire following having the big party at the end.
Everybody's
their big Nazi party.
Yeah.
At the end. Yeah.
Everybody's outside of your house, fuckos.
All of his little tour buses wound up at Madison Square Garden, and then they're just going to leave them there. And there's these people who are going to have to find their way home at different places. That would be hilarious right now.
Yeah.
If every one of those people at that rally had to find their own way back home, and they're coming from every corner.
Thing about New York City is you can fly in, you can get a cab right to the thing, you can get a cab and you can take a subway station. There's lots of transportation. When you're out in the sticks in the middle of fucking Coachella, in the middle of fucking desert, there ain't no fucking transportation except for the buses that you provide. Fuck me.
Yeah, but then where do you go to? You can't pay for the train. I mean, really, in New York.
You're going to get an Uber to Coachella and it costs you $1,000.
What if you came from Coachella to New York? I mean,
well, a lot of people did.
Like to Coachella.
Because Coachella wasn't enough.
Well, and
getting back to or near.
God, my guts.
I know. Well, they keep saying that this doesn't reflect the Trump campaign and this whole Puerto Rican thing and blah 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 and all. No, yes, it does. The only word you took out of that whole fucking montage was the C word, and Elon provided that for you on fucking Twitter, and you approved of every fucking thing else that you that was said that fucking night. You fucking disgusting pigs. Number one. Number two.
Nazi.
If you don't want to be called Nazi, don't act like one. It's real fucking simple. And here's Rachel Maddow, and this is news, people. And I don't want to get dinged for this bullshit when I'm reporting the news. Here in the bottom of fucking YouTube, in the taint of the void of YouTube. Fuck.
And he really did offer his own big primetime closing argument with this thing at Madison Square Garden yesterday, which I was very prepared to not compare to the German-American Bund rally in February 1939 until I heard what they actually said at this rally last night. Again, I had no inclination toward this, no intention of doing this whatsoever, but I'm just going to play you two very quick clips. The first one is from Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden last night, and the second one is from the infamous pro-Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden in February 1939.
Americans sleeping in their own feces on a bench in Central Park, but the illegals, they get whatever they want, don't they? 5-star hotels, cash, probably get Yankee Dodger tickets tomorrow night.
Great floods of tears for a few 100,000 job-taking so-called poor Jewish refugees who incidentally in general have more of this world's goods than you or I will ever possess.
Floods of tears for a few 100,000 job-taking so-called poor Jewish refugees who incidentally in general have more of this world's goods than you or I will ever possess. That was from the 1939 rally. That speaker was Gerhard Kunz, who was a German-American Bund leader who would ultimately be indicted for both espionage and sedition, leading the crowd to denounce these so-called refugees, these so-called poor people who get so much better treatment than real Americans. The argument doesn't change at all. You know, if you don't want to be compared to those people in history, don't steal their lines. Don't say you admire them. You know, if you don't want to be called a fascist, don't convert a normal governing political party into a one-man cult of personality and then say all elections are rigged and the country used to be great, but now it's been humiliated and brought low because of an enemy within, and we're going to have to use force and violence against that enemy and terminate parts of the Constitution to get them, right? If you don't want to be compared to the folks who held rallies like that in 1939, don't hold rallies like that. If you don't want to be called a fascist, stop constantly acting out the dictionary definition of fascist. And then we'll all agree we won't use that F word anymore.
It's so easy, but they can't do it.
Yeah, no, they won't either.
And there's a wall. There's a wall. There's just literally this firewall that goes up. It's a glaze that comes over their eyes when you challenge that. It's just a glaze, and it's really sad. We are going to lose some people to this, you guys. It's sad. And we all have already. We all have some way lost somebody to this bullshit. We can now kind of almost relate to people that lived in that time in Germany that maybe came here and escaping this, and maybe have even some survivor guilt or whatever, because these people's souls are like, that's sad. Man, that's some dark place to be. I can't imagine coming out of this era and having been one of the people attending that rally. or have my family member in the history books as having attended, it's just sad. But the upshot is that there's so many more of us, and we are on the right side of this, and that we are actually, our democracy is holding through this. I mean, this onslaught, this assault.
It is.
We're still holding. We're holding strong, and we're the strongest economy on earth right now. We're the envy of the world.
We're still standing better than we ever been.
There, and we have a lot of friends. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the UN has not put up to come out here if they're not going to be here observing our elections. I'm serious. I know they should be. That's how sad this has become, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the real saddest part is that the younger kids who were like 10 years ago are now like 20, and they haven't heard. I saw this video, it was going viral, of these girls hearing the Grab 'em by the Pussy tape, because when it came out, they were too fucking young to hear it. But now they're in their 20s and their parents are playing the fucking tape for them, and this shit's going viral, and they're like, what the fuck? This motherfucker is gonna take me furniture shopping and thinks he can grab me by the pussy? The attitudes have changed. Women don't fucking put up with this bullshit anymore. That may have been 50 fucking years ago. We didn't even know when that shit happened. When he took the chick.
It was happening then. We just didn't get to see it. Not everybody had an iPhone to take a picture of it.
That's right.
Or a computer to send it right now.
That's right. So I've got a few more things to read, and then we can get out of here unless you guys got to go. But I just want to get through, some notes or whatever. We played all the videos. So
read away, my love.
I don't know. I mean, I know that sometimes you guys are on the other coast. And sometimes you got shit to do before, the stores close. Yeah. But I understand if you guys have shit to do. I was so busy this morning. Whatever. I'm glad I just made it here in time to start the show. With 12 minutes to spare, by the way.
Hey, miracles do happen.
So,
these little things, much blessings.
Ken Benzinger says on Shitter, Trump aides want to eliminate FBI background checks for appointees and other hires in the second administration, potentially allowing people with conflicts, foreign ties, or other issues to receive security clearances. Now, we've already seen this fucking shit happen before, because he did this with Kushner, who couldn't get a security clearance if he fucking tried because he's so goddamn compromised. Security clearances. National security.
He could get the security clearance to work at the McDonald's. Trump, he could not get the security clearance to work at the McDonald's. He's a convicted felon.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. Jojo from Jers said the Madison Square Garden, the very same Republicans trying to distance themselves from the bigotry that was on display tonight are responsible for the bigotry that was on display tonight. And I go, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the fucking hypocrisy is just like, if it's not slamming you in the face, like,
yeah,
we're living an episode of MASH. The North Koreans are involved now. So now we're going to start living episodes of MASH.
Oh my God, it's like insane.
I love that program.
Because that's the only thing that Trump probably knows about North Korea, if anything. That and besides talking to its sicko leader.
He's the Nazi Truman Show.
Fuck.
Besides what they can do for him. I mean,
Yeah. Because it's always got to have to do something to, be good for him. We all know that.
It's always all about him. And the sooner the rest of us figure that out, it's going to be the better for him. Yeah.
Andrea.
Fuck you, Donnie.
Andrea Chalupa says the Trump burner phones went through Egypt. Oh, you mean the same Egypt that illegally paid him $10 million in cash campaign donations in 2016 in exchange for over $1 billion in military aid and official White House recognition once he became president? It's like you can't gaslight us into fucking thinking that we're not crazy. It's all out in the open. We see this.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump.
Piece of shit.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck you, Donnie.
Fuck you, Donnie.
And while you're at it, shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. You can't.
Yeah.
Have a drink of that shut the fuck pep.
Noel
Guilty
Castler.
bastard.
You know, we love Noel here at the 21st Century Suffragettes. Noel Castler, Trump is going to get his corpulent, diapered, lazy, incontinent, illiterate, racist, sexual predator, con man, idiot, child spawning, Putin loving, mob money laundering ass kicked next week, and everyone in MAGA knows it this morning. Vote blue. We love you, Noel.
Love Noel Castler. Yes.
Yes, we love you, Noel. You deserve a standing ovation. Absolutely.
The law
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yes, please shut the fuck up, Donnie. All right, just a few more things. Amy Vanderpool, after the DOJ declined, that's the Philadelphia DA, Larry Krasner, has just filed suit to halt Elon Musk's $1 million daily giveaway to battleground state voters, calling it illegal lottery that skirts state limitations and violates consumer protection laws. Yeah, you think DOJ, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the ones that weren't in the former New Deal, because the New Deal's been dismantled over the last 40 years. That's why the Congress is so important, because this Republican onslaught started when, of course, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham came in around the Reagan era, all around that, them, and they all kind of like converged on the Congress and really gained power in there around the same time as Reagan came in, because Reagan rubber stamped those policies. So it's who's making
you, Ronnie.
laws. Yeah, they're making
Isn't
the
it
law.
funny how Ronnie and Donnie are like the same name except just two different first letter?
Yeah.
And they're both actors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course, they're playing the role. And I wrote this one the other day. They're playing the role of president
not
for the powers that be, which are not the presidency. It's the Congress, it's the courts, and ultimately the oligarchs. And at this point, under the influence of Russia. Oligarchs under the influence of Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Reagan thinking that he could fucking run the country is a joke. We know it was a ploy. He wasn't that. He was like a puppet for the Republicans to go out there and say all this shit and do trickle down in economics and fuck everybody.
He was a perfect image poster boy, just like the image poster boy that Trump tries to be. And that's why they got these image poster boys on their flags.
I don't know why they make him his poster boy when he's the most disgusting human being ever.
Think I'm gonna barf.
So again, JoJo says there aren't enough paper towels in all the world for Trump campaign to clean up the Puerto Rico mess he just made last night, and I have to agree with that one. You can throw any paper towels at this one. It's hot mess, and I don't think it's going away for a week.
I don't think the hot mess he stepped in had anything. It didn't come from Puerto Rico. I think that was his own hot mess. He just slipped and slided it.
Oh yeah. It's one of his dirty diapers because he can't control himself. And,
he steps in shit and then he sticks his foot in his mouth, and that's what he keeps doing.
Absolutely. And then all his minions have to come
Yummy!
He didn't mean that. It was just a joke. I'm so sick and tired of it was just a joke. He was just kidding around. No, he's not. Stop putting words in his mouth.
Kids don't
listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth instead.
Yeah, kids don't talk about eliminating other human beings.
That's right. This is me, and I said, when the fuck is someone going to protect us against Trump and Musk and etc.? And why is it that it's hate speech when we tell the truth about Trump? You just want us all to ignore all his fucking crimes, and it's not going to happen.
No.
Well, all of the hypocrisy they try to put into any kind of like any kind of forwarding of taking any kind of racial group or ethnic group or whatever. You're trying to help, like the college fund, like the historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and they point them out. These are, blatant racial and blatant, but it's also economics. They're using, it's a class warfare, it's race warfare, it's any kind of warfare, just anything to distract from what they're actually doing.
Yes.
Oh my God, Christine, he dropped a load and then you stepped in it.
Yeah. Basically, Christine, that's exactly what
He steps in his own shit.
And then
he shoves his foot in his mouth.
And that says professional rake stomper.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, you guys are funny.
Oh my God, please. Yeah, we're almost there. 7 days.
I know, we're
guys.
so close. We're so close.
Yes, we are.
Remember when we were saying, oh my God, we got like 90 days to go?
Yes.
How are we going to survive this for the next 90 days? Look at us!
I know, 7 days ago, and we're kicking ass and taking names. And I've never seen a countdown like this before.
No, ever. For anything.
I've never seen a countdown to the election.
The biggest contest that I've ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah.
It probably ever will for a long time.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah. And I've seen some contests. This one tops the cake.
This one is it. This one is definitely it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Mark Elias, here we go. With 9 days until the election, so this was on Monday. With 9 days until the election, my law firm is litigating 65 voting and election cases in 19 states. When we fight, we win.
That's
65
right. That's right.
in 19
Thank you, Mark
states.
Elias.
We love you, Mark. We love you.
We love you, Mark Elias.
At the 21st century.
Rock on. You're fighting a good.
If you're not subscribed to Democracy Docket,
you're fighting a good fight. Yeah, that's
God,
fighting
we love
a good
you so
fight.
much.
Yep.
And the hurricane ate my homework. Katie Fang says Trump is seeking to extend his filing deadlines that were previously court ordered, including asking if he could file his reply or reply to special counsel Jack Smith's immunity determination motions as late as December. And Trump's counselors argues that they were adversarially impacted by Hurricane Milton and they need more time. And I just said, fact check. Hurricane Milton did not impact southern Florida. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tony.
Loser. Donnie, you're a fucking loser.
Hurricane says no. Hurricane says no.
Bury the fucking cat.
Such a fucking. If he wasn't dangerous, it would be fucking amazing shit to just point and laugh at.
God.
We're gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna.
Oh yeah, we are already. I point and laugh at that motherfucker and his fucking MAGA every day, every chance I get.
I'm thinking, if only.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's going to wind up being. Somebody we all just point and laugh at.
That would be God cleaning that mess up.
Yeah, you done fucked up, Donnie, and you fucked up.
You seriously done fucked up, and you think that we're gonna? No, it's just not gonna fucking happen. So, John Leguizamo, he's an actor, right? You know who he is, yeah?
John. I love him.
He tweeted, if you're a Latino and you vote for Trump, don't step up to me because we ain't good.
We ain't good, motherfucker.
We ain't good.
That's right.
We ain't good. We ain't gonna fucking put up with this shit. So, Tristan Snell, In 1930s, American fascists were funded by Germany to stop the U.S. from protecting democracy in Europe. In the 2020s, American fascists are funded by Russia to stop the U.S. from protecting democracy in Europe. We defeated them then. We will defeat them again.
Again. That's right.
Yes.
And I would add the Confederates to this. The Confederates.
Yeah, just throw them in there for good measure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And how about Donald Trump said recently that Abraham Lincoln was really good at protecting our borders. Oh, you mean the fucking Mason-Dixon line, you cunt?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I say it out loud? Yes, I did.
Did you say that out loud?
Fuck. The Mason, yes. He protected our fucking borders from traitors like you who wanted fucking enslaved people. Fucking you. Oh my God, this guy.
I know. There's that shitty foot in his mouth again. Yeah.
He does it on
just keep stuffing it in there.
He does it on a daily. I can't. I'm sorry.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah, you think I'm fucking mad? I already took off my sweatshirt because I got too fucking heated. Yeah, Trump calls the press the enemy of the people, and Thomas Jefferson said, when the speech condemns a free press, you are hearing the words of a tyrant. That was our little picture that we put up before our show today, because I just think that it's, they knew it then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They knew it then. They tried. They just never knew the entire fucking Republican Party would fall in behind this motherfucker because they're all being paid by Russia or they've got compromise on themselves. And so they're going to go along with, how come Marco Rubio and all these, and what's his name? Like fucking Lindsey Graham golfed and did a 180 on this guy. What do you think it is? He showed him a video of the fucking shit that Russians have against him. I don't know. I have a hard time believing it's just money.
This is the
kiss my ass. Put that in your
This
book.
is the dun 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 moment in this saga. That's where we're headed to.
Okay, read that list already. And yeah, Sam Stein, the shock comic who opened up for Trump at Madison Square Garden, was planning to call Harris a cunt in his set. It got flagged by the campaign. And Mueller, she wrote, says, yeah, that means the Trump campaign approved the comments about Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Jews, Muslims, black people, and women. So I really don't want to hear any more about, I don't want to hear about the shit. Puerto Rico has more people in 18 states. Time for statehood so they can have 4 reps and 2 senators. You're goddamn right.
Dick.
Along with fucking DC. So, John Cusack. Biden should fire Garland today and get an AG who will send U.S. Marshals to arrest the idiotic Proud Boy that showed up to fuck with these voters. And he's referring to the setting the ballot boxes on fire. And I want to end with this. I love this, and I think we should push this out on our social medias. Trump has an enemies list. Kamala has a to-do list. There's a big fucking difference here, people.
Huge.
You want to go back and you want vengeance against your enemies, or you got a to-do list of shit that needs to be done to make our country a fucking better place. And I'm going to go with Kamala all day long.
Cleaning house with Kamala. You guys clean house? Women are good at that.
Oh, yeah. We've been doing it our whole lives, juggling everything.
Okay.
Multitasking. Just a little bit, but go ahead.
Just a little bit.
Okay, now there's a certain tyrant there's a certain tyrant. Can we real quick bring one? There's a tyrant written about in the 1700s that refused to go ahead to follow laws necessary for the public good. That he forbade his governors to pass laws that are immediate and pressing importance, kind of like the Congress right now is doing. Like when Trump told Congress not to pass the law.
Yeah, the border bill. Yeah,
the immigration bill. And then when they refused to pass other laws that will help things, like give money to people, like the hurricane victims in Puerto Rico or wherever. Okay. They call meetings of the legislature in bad places, all this. You know what tyrant that was that did that? King George III. He did it to us.
Revolutionary War.
That's in our U.S. Declaration of Independence. If you guys want to look it up, it's in the Avalon Project. There's a whole list. There's 33 complaints against the King of England.
I wonder why.
It wasn't just all about
Just saying.
If you place you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed.
It wasn't all about the tea in Boston Harbor. It wasn't all about just the taxes. It's about a lot more. We don't want your fucking tyranny, and we don't want your fucking... We don't want royalty telling us what we can, telling us to eat cake. Like, those days were over. You know? It's the same thing when you go from a horse and a buggy to a fucking car. It's the same thing when you go from a car to a battery-operated vehicle. And when are we going to get our fucking flying cars like fucking the Jetsons? Yeah. That's what I want. Just kidding.
Right. I'm right. Me too. Me too. I want my flying car.
No, but when Kamala's got a to-do list and he's got an enemies list, I don't think there's any question who you need to vote for. And I'm sure that everybody here is going to be voting blue. And I hope you all have already voted. And if not, please do so soon. So if any fuckery goes on, like they set your shit on fucking fire, you got time to fucking fix it.
You go to the front of the line
yep.
your mail-in ballot.
Oh, you go to the front of line if you have your mail-in ballot in your hand. That, at least here in Michigan. You don't have to wait in line. You could just go to the front of line and hand in your thing, and they'll fucking make sure that it's, stamped and processed. So it's not put in the box so that you don't have to worry. And, at this point, today is the last day for mailing, but I would say that's if you're in a city. If you're out in a rural fucking area, you drive your ass to I don't care if it's 2 hours there and 2 hours back. You cannot rely on Louis DeJoy to get your shit there on time. This motherfucker is still in place and should not be there. Just like Christopher Wray and a fucking whole bunch of lists of other motherfuckers that we could talk about.
What's in
That's a whole nother show.
What's in the fucking box?
I know. Same in Florida. What time is Kamala speaking at the... I want to know, what time is she speaking tonight, you guys? At the Ellipse. Kamala is doing a thing at the Ellipse. And by the way, I want the same picture. I want to be there. I want the same picture. I want the same background that Trump had when he was on the Ellipse. Number one, except without all the bulletproof glass. And then I want... Wait, hold on. Before my train of thought. They expanded it from 20,000 people to 50,000 people. That's how many people responded and wanted to be there. Now, are we gonna? Is it gonna be fuckery? I'm sure they're not gonna take the goddamn magnetometers down this.
Maybe
time.
let's keep the bulletproof.
There you go.
Yeah.
And also keep the magnetometers in place. Yes.
So we will be watching that tonight. I do not know what time it starts. Does anybody know?
I'll look it up.
6:30 Eastern Standard.
Mark probably put it in the chat. He's still.
Hi, Vixen.
Google it. I would Google it, but I'm on my phone.
Yeah, protect that woman at all costs. I agree. 6:30.
Yes.
Let's fucking go. Kathy, let's do shout outs to our people. I'll do
Shout outs to you, family, and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you again.
Yeah, I do hope Secret Service is careful with them. Vixen on Blue, Kathy Zinn, thank you so much. Mark P, Stargal, Jupiter Judy, and Black Dragon, thank you, brother. Blues Lovin', I love you guys over here on Twitch. You guys are fun. Adam West is just over there. Ali Osher. Yep. Captain Terp. I've been kind of liking the Discord thing. It's been kind of fun.
I haven't figured out how to get in yet.
I know. Hi, Leon. Eve's aunt, and I think that's all that I can see for right now. And everybody over here on YouTube, Benny, why don't you do those?
The list is long.
I know.
I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. Steve. All the mods. First off, all the mods. Thank you, mods, for all you do. Christine, Carell, Jackie, MK. Oh, I see. I got to touch my screen to do this. This is dangerous.
I'll do it. All right. Super Saint, Mark P, Christine, Steve, Carol, Jackie, MK, Terry Taylor, J-Fo, OG Adam. Thank you for being a moderator, Wizzy, and there's Mark again, and then Locomotion. Thanks for hanging out with us. Diana Hell, Ken QB.
Wow,
Dean Baker. I should just go right up here to the participants.
Locomotion, Terry Taylor,
Yeah, can you
Super
say
Saint,
Pretty Bird?
Bethany Arbaugh.
Yeah,
Let me
Terry
see.
Taylor.
As long as I don't have to touch my screen, I can read it. As soon as I touch it, it's a very old device.
I know.
It's just barely hanging
It's
on.
so much fun.
And I get to read the chat on, but
Sick
everybody.
Sick of it. Thank you guys so much for being here and
Thank
hanging
you,
out
guys.
with the 21st Century Suffragettes. Please do like, share, subscribe. Do all you can to support the show. We do have a Venmo and a PayPal and all that jazz. And we're getting more merch.
And the Discord.
Yeah, now we have a Discord. And
I gotta figure out how to get in there.
Benny, next time I'm on, I'll text you and I'll be like, all right, this is what you gotta do.
Okay.
Bicycle
thank
Mike. Oh, and by the way, anybody know anybody who wants those 2 front row tickets to Sexy Liberal LA with 1 meet and grow? They're still available. I haven't checked my email today. Let me see. I will check it just real quick while we're here. God, that's fucking bright. I need fucking shades. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mark. You guys are awesome.
Peter.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. And let me go to the
Will
other
work
one.
for Peter.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why we made those mugs just for you, Peter, because we work for you. I'm not seeing anything. If anybody's interested, please email us at 21stcenturysuffragettes@gmail.com if you're interested in 2 front row tickets to the LA Sexy Liberal. That's this Saturday. So time's running out, and Shanji has them, and I've got her contact information. So email us again at 21stcenturysuffragettes@gmail.com if you are interested. And if you know anybody who lives in the LA area, call them and be like, dude, you got to go to the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be too late for anybody to fly and get a hotel room and all that jazz. So, unless you're a billionaire. So, anyway. I love you guys, and thank you so much for being here. Benny, Wizzy, you guys have any closing words you want to say about the fuckery we just watched?
Vote.
Keep pushing. Just keep pushing.
Pedal to the metal all the way. Fucking
Put in the carb.
burn the tires.
That's right.
Instead of driving like a grandma at 25 miles an hour in a 50 because I'm terrified of Donald Trump and he was going to fucking nuke a hurricane while he was in the presidency, now we're like this. Play it again, Tony. This is the Kamala Harris. Yeah, now I'm sitting behind a Mopar. Now I'm sitting behind a hot rod. And there's no fucking way I'm going to let you beat me.
Now, this race is ours.
Yeah, you know when you're sitting at the light with somebody and they want to race you? That's what this is. And you know you are in the faster car. And not only that, you know you're a better driver. Because Donald Trump don't know how to, he only knows how to drive a goddamn golf cart, for fuck's sake.
Oh my God.
Get it, John! You have a Formula One car. Donald has a golf cart.
Yes,
so,
like that there.
Get behind the wheel of your bitchin' car. That's a cue, Tony.
Formula E
Enjoy
car.
the music by Diane Russell.
Get
Make sure
behind-
to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, family.
Get behind the wheel of your fucking hot rod. Pedal the metal all the way. 7 days. We'll see you guys
7 days.
On Thursday.
Thursday.
5
Cheers,
p.m.
y'all.
Pedal to the metal, bitches. Let's go. Peace out. Stepping out of
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, couldn't reach the way to first, so yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have a motor with a dual quad. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spot, oh no. Oh no. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why. You probably start to cry, oh yeah.
Yes, we do drive Chryslers.
Sipping out of bitchin' cars, racing on the way to Mars, oh no, 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 no. Sipping out of bitchin' cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars, oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, have my motor with a dual quad. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she'll probably start to cry, no, no.
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super Bee. We are in pursuit right now.
I'm sorry, what country are you from?
He's getting away from us. We lost him. The devil is alive! License plate registered to a William Clark athlete. Hey, isn't that guitar guy? One time I heard him play Believer by Ozzy. It was sweet.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spots, oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you all the way to Mars, oh no, no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and motor into a quad. I don't care, cause she's always in my head. Don't ask me why, she will start to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.